I love it, man, because it got me thinking. It got me thinking like I was back in school again. I don't even know where you come up with these questions. I want to know how you come up with these kids. You're so innovative. I'm like, look. I mean, your mind is good. Like you said, you're a history teacher, and your mind is going all over the place.
And it's also wonderful to hear people talk sanely to each other today.
Yeah, I've done everything. I've done, in the 80s, I did Johnny Carson. I did,
Sure.
Merv Griffin. I did it all. You're sheer 9 or 10. You're probably 9.5.
Oh.
10 is, no one's perfect.
You have something amazing going with the show, and you're educating us.
I mean, I never told anybody in public about that experience with my dad. And on your platform, I don't know why I did that, because it's so comfortable and we're talking about things that matter.
That is a really cool story. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot today.
A lot. And you know what's...
I love the little anecdote of comedy. Would you pay for it? Would you not? I love that. I love how you added that in.
We want to know each other. We want to know people's stories. That's what TKN does.
First name Michaela. Last name Skinner. Welcome, my friend, to round 2 of the tournament.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Pleasure's mine. Absolutely.
Yeah, this was seriously such a blast. I was so excited to come on here, and yeah, it's been incredible.
It's not like an interview, it's like a conversation with your homie.
I appreciate that more than you know, my friend. I really do. Tretch, my friend, I hope you have a great rest of the evening. Last name Ferrigno, first name Lou. Lou, welcome, my friend.
Thank you. That's the best introduction I've ever heard in my life. You know something? You need to quit the show and be my moderator.
So put your hand together for a majestic, out of this world, one-of-a-kind human being. First name Vivica, last name Fox. Welcome, my friend.
Whoa, that was an awesome introduction. Let me tell you that. I don't think I've ever had anyone read my resume with such flow.
Avi is a poet, but he doesn't know it, but his feet show it. You're unbelievable.
Last name Wilkins, first name Lenny. Lenny, welcome, my friend. Celebrity tournament.
Well, thank you for having me, and I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to this. It should be fun.
Damn. You said it just like I wrote it.
You gave me good eargasm tonight, man. I love your voice. I love the things that you talk about.
Well, you're the best I've seen. You're the Michael Jordan or LeBron James, whoever you want to make the GOAT.
This is why your audiences love you. This is why you continue to great guests, and great guests beget great guests.
One of my friends was share about Tip O'Neill, the Speaker of the House, and what a smooth voice he had. Your voice and the way you project everything and share with your heart and soul. You got an incredible gift.
I just want to do this again and again. I feel like I've made friends. And again, I've taken the competition part of it out because I've just enjoyed talking to you guys tonight.
Oh man, most definitely. This is, this I think my top. I think because when you did the intro you gave me, I gotta give it to you. I like.
You deserve it.
It really, truly, kind of blows my mind every time when we can get this many people together, thinking, mind melding, positive, not having to agree all the time with everything. But not getting ugly about it, and not, it's just I feel like it's a microcosm of what it could be.
Did you have a nice time tonight in the green room?
I had a great time. I can't tell you how refreshing it is that somebody knows what they're doing.
You're a very interesting person. I mean, you with all this rhyming stuff, you must really put a lot of effort into this, and I would love to read or see something that you've written.
Thank you.
Because I'm sure it's really interesting.
Or not podcast. I guess it's like we're just a show now. You're a show. You're a full-blown show.
I can count my friends on one hand. Well, wait, on one finger. You.
Oh man, thank you so much, my friend. You are awesome. Don't even hang your hats on the past, because if you don't heal from what hurts you, you'll bleed on people that never even cut you to begin with. It has nothing to do with your pain. So
Tell him.
You guys are bringing the best out of me. That is the truth. Guys, Chris, did you have a good time? You've done a lot of interviews. Is this kind of up there for you?
Yeah. I had a great time today, Avi. I mean, because you are engaged in what is a conversation and not a performance.
Scars remind us of where we've been. They need not dictate where we're going. And I think in a way that kind of addresses this question. So in other words, I think it is almost inevitable that there's going to be pain, there's going to be scarring, there's going to be all kinds of this that's going to happen over the course of a life.
She would sit at the kitchen table looking out the window for quite a period of time while the food was getting prepared. And I wish I took that time to sit down with her and ask her questions about her being a child.
All about family, and
wow.
I can tell you, my friend, your presence is a present, because even though we don't know each other very well, starting to get to know you has been a real present and a gift because of the truth and honesty that you share. It makes me a braver person. It makes me a more courageous person, and that's from my heart.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. And hey, if there's anything I can do for you going forward, I'm here. You just call me.
This thing has drawn me out of myself and thereby drawn me into myself. But I learned a lot. And from you, Avi, I always learn something from you.
Work as hard as you can, because by working, Avi, you will keep yourself busy and get used to the grief.
Another trio of questions, now more underrated. We have Billy D. Williams, Italian men named Skippy, or Unicycle.
I'm sorry, Italian men named Skippy. Put me away, Avi.
Archie Bunker, the mountain climber. Ralph Cramden, the yoga instructor, or Don Corleone, the computer repair person.
It's clearly an issue with the hard drive.
Oh, I like that.
I'm gonna go Don Corleone.
Avi likes to move it. He likes to move it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For Christmas, is it because it does create those amazing memories that and Sarge, I know you've been there too, because I've seen you at so many different great events for muscular dystrophy association.
There is nothing that was on TV tonight that even remotely rivals what we did on this broadcast.
Hi, I'm Rick Barry, a member of the Basketball Hall of Fame and one of the NBA's top 50 players. And I'm really excited to tell you about my new relationship in the broadcasting world with the new network.
It's TKN, and a young man named Avi Klein has poured his blood, sweat, and tears into creating this new network and assembling an amazing group of individuals.
Legends from every walk of life who are just bringing their knowledge and their experience and their wisdom, and this is amazing. I feel like this is a cosmic convergence of what is most important to him, and he's such a stand-up guy.
Avi, congratulations. I don't know anybody that can talk as much as you. Seriously, I thought I could talk. You are unreal. What you do it with class, understanding, professionalism. You're simply amazing. I told you that when I first met you. And you ran off my autobiography. It basically was a book. It was simply fantastic. And to think that you do that every show.
Very respectful, and he really connects with the artists and his audiences. And I felt like this guy's on to something, and I'm proud to be a part of this with him.
And I really thank your support. I lost my father, and you were the first person to support me in all that, and I thank you so much for that. It meant a lot to me.
The greatest wealth is when you can share it with someone. You can share your victories, you can share your failures, you can express your deepest feelings, but the greatest wealth is to be able to say that I have a friend. And I feel an unbelievable level of wealth. And a lot of that is because I have somebody like you.
You here to win the whole darn tournament?
I don't play.
I just win.
Robert, would you like to win this entire tournament?
You know, all those luminaries and athletes and strongmen notwithstanding, the most dangerous place on this show is between me and that prize. That's all I'm going to say.
You're chomping at the bit to get in this thing.
Oh, yeah, man. I've been telling you, brother. You brought up some names to me, and I was like, I can't wait. I hope they don't see me because it's going to be on like a steaming pot of neck bones, baby, and I'm not playing.
Are you here to win the entire thing, my friend?
I'll just say this, Avi. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Are you here to win the entire celebrity tournament when it's all said and done?
You know, I saw that video package, and I saw a very familiar face, Mike Rotundo, better known as IRS, and he said that he was here for the winner, winner, chicken dinner, and I want to take away that chicken dinner, so yes, I want to win this whole shebang.
Because what they say, Efkaristo, Karakalo, we're going to Greece, baby.
I love it.
Tonight, Avi Klein launches the TKN network. It's been over 2.5 years in the making. And tonight, with mystery guests and the big debate, it's going to be, well, let's just say hotter than hell. So don't miss it.
And talent. Last name Smith. First name Joe. Joe Smith. Welcome, my friend.
Oh my God, Avi. Where did you get all of that from? Oh my God.
Hello, guys and girls. It's your boy Stevie Reid back again for another TKN Celebrity Tournament prediction. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this week we have three of the best, one of the best shows that TKN could ever have. Our three combatants are, you're not going to believe this. It doesn't get any better. I'm excited, and you probably can see it. Number one, we have somebody, a real champion from my world, professional wrestling. He goes by the name of Raven. You guys know Raven. The Flock, yes. Says the Raven, nevermore. Something of that sort. But yeah, Raven is here. And you guys know Raven has traveled all over the world. He has been in many different organizations, from the biggest all over the world. Where I worked with him in WCW. And the man is amazing. He's here. Yes, Raven, let's see what you can do. Number two, a Mr. Greg Oden, former NBA overall number one pick. Greg is here to lay it down, man. And you know these NBA guys, man, they are very, very tough when they get into the celebrity tournament. I don't know what it is, but I think Greg is going to bring it. Number three, last but not least, hey, man, a Mr. Christopher Reid. You guys know him as Kid from Kid and Play. You remember the big fro? Yeah, that guy. Hip hop, when hip hop was really hip hop. Kid is here. And from what I hear, he's going to bring it, man. You know how these actors, he's an actor, he's a performer, and they bring it on the TKN Celebrity Tournament. But my prediction is, who's going to move forward? I'm partial to all these guys, and I don't want to be biased. But I think Greg and Kid, it's hard for me, man, because I know Raven's my boy. Well, maybe Raven and Kid. No, I'm going to have to go with my first one, man. I think Greg and Kid will move forward. See you. And I would not want to be you. Peace.
Guys and gals and pals, welcome again to another Saturday night. And again, we don't celebrate celebrities, we celebrate what they do with their celebrity. So give it up again to men like Raven, Christopher Kid Reid, guys and gals and pals, Greg Oden. They do a ton, and we appreciate them for what they do. They make this show what it is right now. Industrial-sized air conditioners at your favorite B&B in Alaska would be rendered obsolete after witnessing that intro because we're all fired up. That much is a fact. You've all experienced luminary after luminary. Enter this virtual arena. Indeed, this tournament is quite stacked. I've done this vision of mine edutainment because I place emphasis on entertainment and education because on this station, we celebrate those that are passionate about their vocation. And this format is anything but the same old, same old. So I thank you for embracing the innovation and expressing your constant elation when taking in the most star-studded tournament of them all, a place where competitors convey their level of admiration while we marvel at the information, passion, and perspiration when observing this wide array of talent that make up the population of strong-minded thinkers that enlighten us, which is why I subscribe to conversation, guys and gals and pals, because listening and applying is how we get to our destination. We're all so much closer than we are apart, which is why this show offers a demonstration about what's right about us as a society. So for the new viewers out there who have a fascination, sit back as I enjoy, guys and gals, to put a cap on this verbal dissertation. But first, let's experience the present, which is quite the sensation. If Sundays are morning coffee and Fridays are martinis, then Saturday nights right here on TKN will make sure that you are creatively nourished and full, like a big old bottle of Red Bull. We avoid the profane and never complain because positivity epitomizes gain. And when one is looking to remain in a plane with a refrain from the negativity, because that word is quite the drain, we escape the mundane and allow us to entertain you like a night out listening to one Mr. Newton, first name Wayne. The point is we're all aiming at the same place. They call it success indeed. Don't sprint on your way towards achievement. It's about efficiency and consistency, never the speed. This tournament provides what I dub competitive camaraderie, a sport of the mind. So if you want controversy, go away. I subscribe to conversation over controversy. That'll always be my way. Be open to development because human growth and ensemble go hand in hand as authenticity is meant to last. Take this experience, which is philosophically fun. I call this an event, a pay-per-view event without the word pay. It's a sport of the mind. This isn't a podcast. This is edutainment personified. It offers an ambitious alternative in the digital sphere. We aren't the norm because salaciousness and controversy don't belong here. You don't need to live in hell in order to embrace the warm, so smile at your neighbor. Promote positivity and never apologize for your passion. Here on the network, it's quite evident that compassion is what's in fashion. I subscribe to conversation over controversy, and again, guys and gals, that's my way. Let's keep doing what we do and realize that our motto isn't a Sherlock Holmes mystery. A legendary director of Superman fame, my mentor, told me years ago, write your own history, Avi. Teach your history, guys and gals, and screenwriting has been one thing. But sharing his history was an honor, and that mentor lives in my heart daily. His name was Richard Donner. So let's sit back and realize what we've witnessed in this tournament, oh so grand, as we discover and rediscover our humanity through open dialogue and expand. So be prepared to give a hand to competitors that are about to work their sweat gland, all the while our attention they command. It's my honor to present these wonderful men and women. All the while, these men and women don't see themselves as merely a luminary. It's a pleasure telling their life story, biographically, while condensing it with rhymes and a melody. With 15 grand and a 5-day and 5-night trip to Greece on the line, one can't forget about the pride and the prize. So with that, let's all rise and reprise our roles as educational voyeurs that never chastise or agonize, but rather revel in our beautiful reality without needing a disguise. Here on this network, we're allergic to lies. The bard Mr. Shakespeare once said it's not in the stars to hold our destiny, but it's in ourselves. So if you love something, don't hate others that do, because doing is the sweet nectar that's most rewarding. Take a moment to breathe, admire your desire to aspire, because if you don't, life will be but a blur. Of this, I'm sure, so never hate the flower for starting out as a seed. Long distance running is essential. This isn't a stampede, so don't run anyone over on your way to the top. Focus on yourself and never forget to cheerlead, root for your loved ones, and lift people up. This human fortune cookie hopes that we've all agreed that positivity is something we can never concede. So with that, let's bring in our first participant right now. Guys and gals and pals. A man who's not just a hip-hop legend. A man who's not just a comedic legend. A man who doesn't just put smiles on people's faces. A man who does it consistently. Dear Diary, I speak of the word greatness and revel in its glory. Are we supposed to expect glory through hearsay, fable, or some amazing story? My first participant is a man that is as multifaceted as he is talented. He's provided many smiles and laughs unto the masses, and he's inspired many, guys and gals, celebrities, luminaries, and regular folk to be their very best. A once blank canvas has been filled with his works of art. As we marvel at his truthful and honest work, guys and gals, there's no in-between. His positivities touch many lives from Aberdeen to St. Augustine. His consistency is a machine that was owned with precision of an unrelenting Marine. All you have to do right now, guys and gals and pals, is simply look at the screen.
every bit. I don't hide none. I think that everything is supposed to be showed. Your limbs, everything's supposed to work in the right function, in the right pause and the potions that you have a notion to give out to the world, the love, the gentleness, the tenderness, the kindness. You ain't supposed to hide nothing. You got it. God gave it. Show it to the world. Song of love and joy. In a world of chaos and commotion and strife, we need a little joy. When I sing my songs, you can't sit still. Your big toe shoot up in your boot. Because I'm spreading a little joy to a baby boy, a little love to a baby girl. Ain't nothing wrong. You ain't hurt nobody, you're helping the world. This old heart of mine, I know about that heart because I've had one all my life. I'm talking about the heart up here. I'm talking about the real thing.
Skywalker would have a bounty. He would say, yo, if you knock a player out from the other team, I give you $100. I give you $200. So this is how they had to live. It wasn't a flourishing place, you know, where money was flying out the things with big donors and everything. These were city kids that went to the top of the collegiate football mountain. Well, like I said, even going through a divorce. Divorce is one of the toughest things that I ever had to go through. But, and you never think that you're going to see or find love again. But, you know, what? You know, many years later, you know, I'm the happiest that I've ever been. So, but, and it doesn't mean, you know, and I can look at the sadness now, and a lot of it I can laugh at.
Well, he's going to know this now, guys, because we travel in the same circles. And you know what? A long time ago, this guy over here in Queens, New York, would leave school. Of course, after doing well academically, he'd cut the last few classes. Yours truly, that is. I don't recommend that for our young listeners. I'd cut school. And back in the day when the Knicks would beat the Heat, I'd be out working on my beat in the street. That's what he did for me. He inspired me, guys and gals and pals, to be creative. This man is an absolute renaissance man, and he's a true class act. See what I did? From one Queens, New York guy to another, that's not mere speculation. It's a mere cold hard fact. He studied at the Bronx High School of Science and majored in English at Lehman College. Soon, he would take the music, film, and comedy world by storm. I'm in awe when it comes to his vast array of knowledge. Yeah, we can't forget the kick step, the funky PJs, and the DOs, but his message was always about the importance of education. His rhymes were always positive, smooth, and left one Avi Klein, yours truly, in a state of elation. As a rap duo, he was even part of an animated series in an early 90s show that aired on NBC. You're always, guys and gals, had a good time when you sat back and watched him light up the screen in House Party 1, 2, and yes, even Part 3. Back in the day, the Turnout Brothers, guys and gals, and the Super Lovers became one under the name The Fresh Force Crew. In 1987, they changed their name as their legend grew and grew. When promoters don't spring door backup dancers, you know what you get? Extra prep. The creation of an iconic dance known as the kick step. He's a writer, a producer, a comedian, and his conversation with Bill Maher were always incredibly insightful. Speaking of Maher, this gentleman is responsible for the theme music on Real Time, which I think is quite delightful. Whether it was lighting up the big screen in the aforementioned House Party class act and a bevy of others, or wowing us on stage with his stand-up comedy, he's an absolute legend. It's not only what he did, it's what he's doing in the now. Have I given away who he is? God forbid. They know him as Kid, from Staten Island to Madrid. Anytime you attended his concerts, you felt right at home and wanted to stay. That's what he brought to the table as one half of the legendary duo Kid and Play. He brings the masses together regardless of the color, race, or creed. Tonight, guys and gals, he's looking to take the lead. His progress will never impede. He's a legendary, talented human being indeed. So put your hands together now for a kind, honest, intelligent human being. First name Christopher, last name Reid. Welcome to round 2 of the celebrity tournament, my good friend.
Wow. Yo, I know you get tired of hearing this, man, but yeah. Avi's introductions are legendary.
Oh man, hey, you deserve all
so
that.
Glad, yeah, so glad to be with you here again.
Likewise.
I mean, been a minute, but you never fail to be Avi. You're thorough, and I can speak for all the contestants and celebrities that you've had on. We appreciate that. You remind us of
stuff that we did. I was like, oh, Dip, I did that. Oh, man. All right. Boom.
I appreciate that, man. You deserve all the love, man.
No, great to be here. And yeah, let's have some fun today.
Let's have some fun, my friend. I got to ask you the age-old
I'm in LA. Yeah, my city is burning. So let's have some fun today. You know what I'm saying?
We need to have some fun, my friend. For all the people out there, our hearts go out to you without question. Guys, again, Christopher Kid Reid, please understand the human being behind the artist, right? It's about the person behind the persona. He does a ton for everybody. He's always got a smile, making people smile. That's the greatest gift that he has. And guess what? He knows about that gift, and he does something about it, which makes him a kind-hearted person. I got to ask you the age-old question. 15 grand, 5-day trip to Greece, 135 Hall of Famers and award winners want this prize. You're in round 2, seeking to go to round 3. Are you here to win it all, my friend?
Oh, no question. But guess what? One of the great things about what it is that you've created, Avi, is you bringing people together that probably would have never come in contact with one another. Sorry for the noise. My housekeeper is here, so I apologize. But you bring people together. That's your gift.
Thank you.
And we love that.
I appreciate you, my friend. Love you too, man. I'm going to put you backstage for one moment and bring you right back. What a classy human being Christopher Kid Reid is, guys and gals. He really is. And I want to bring in our special judge after I bring in this next person who knows our next participant, who knows him rather well. So our special judge in the back is going to be here. And again, guys, give it up for Christopher Reid. In the short time I've gotten to know this man through a mutual friend that we have who's also awesome. Val, big shout out to you, my friend. You are great at what you do. You're a great human being. Christopher Kid Reid, guys and gals and pals, always leaves us smiling even after a gloomy, doomy day. We appreciate him. Guys and gals and pals, our second participant, easily, before I even hit him with this intro, I'm going to tell him right now that his brain is wonderfully intimidating. And I mean that in the best possible way, because this man gives whole new meaning to the word smart. Our next participant is one of the smartest human beings walking on this earth, guys and gals and pals. And if he doesn't mind, I got a bit of a quote. The aim of life is to live, and to live means to be aware, joyously, serenely, divinely aware. If life is a song, why not sing it? If life is a game, play it. If life is a challenge, meet it. If life is a dream, realize it. Life's a sacrifice, maybe you got to offer it. And if life is love, enjoy it. And the latter rings true when describing, guys and gals, my next guest. His limitless talent and intellect has been on full display for the masses to observe. His work epitomizes the unselfish collaboration. He's created such great harmony with colleagues. And he's remarkable. And he's a fascinating human being with layers of depth, going several orders of magnitude deep. And he shared that intimate understanding of the self with a public audience all the while.
People think that love is something really wonderful to aspire to. And it always occurred to me that love, that should be the basis of everything. And then the good stuff happens when you get beyond love, because love is a mere thing as far as I'm concerned. It's mere. And all the good stuff is out there. Straight rhythms and complicated rhythms and just about anything in any order. And the easiest way to sum up the aesthetic would be anything, anytime, any place, for no reason at all. And I think with an aesthetic like that, you can have pretty good latitude for being creative.
And when the time comes up in the song to play a solo, it's me against the laws of nature. I don't know what I'm going to play, I don't know what I'm going to do. I know roughly how long I have to do it, and it's a game where you have a piece of time and you get to decorate it.
He puts the boombox up and he shows up at her house and plays the song, and it hit every emo note. It hit every bit of pathos, every bit of what this guy was feeling. That's why the scene is so iconic, because the music is so perfectly chosen. The way the beats play and the way the song picks up and the way that it has a dramatic build to it, and it makes the scene just an iconic piece of music, a piece of movie making that'll live forever.
I can listen to this guy all day because, hey, I'm always going to be blunt. Even with some execs in suits and ties watching, a lot of the people in the industry I work in the last 20 years that I've worked in professionally are full of crap. He's not. He can teach you a lot, and while he teaches you a lot, guys and gals and pals, he remains honest and true, and I appreciate that. Our next participant is one of the smartest human beings walking on this earth. Let's take it back to yesteryear post-birth, as we would all witness his worth. He grew up in Philly until he was 9 years old. He was an inquisitive lad who seeked the truth and didn't always listen to what he was told. For example, he realized that Santa wasn't real since he figured out that reindeer can't fly. As a kid, he wasn't shy. He wouldn't comply. He once met John Studd and said, "You don't look 6'8", nice try." As his father ran day-to-day operations for a father-famous near newspaper. That environment must have been incredible for a child, busier than the offices of Don Draper. Guys and gals, what's the matter? You haven't seen Madman? Draper's a damn good rhyme following paper, I thought. His father chose a job in Milwaukee over a role in Hawaii. The Arctic Midwest over Island Paradise? Who wouldn't view such a transition with unmitigated glee? He planned to become a lawyer, studying criminal justice at the University of Delaware. He definitely wasn't a square. He wouldn't despair, as he had a flair for life and wouldn't take heed nor scare. Because he was on a journey here, there, and everywhere. He'd even manage a talent named Pierre, but we'll get there. Initially, he thought he'd like to get in the FBI or CIA. That last semester of college, guys and gals and pals, he had to take poli-sci 405 and 406, Wednesday to Friday. Bummer for sure, but in 83, he joined the Marines, and for years later, in 87, he attended the Monster Factory in Jersey. He was only there for a month, and soon his name would be on the marquee, as his few characters, guys and gals, were carefree, but his mind had layers of depth to the umpth degree. He cut his teeth in Memphis, and next would be Vancouver, a promotion run by Al Tom Coe. In Portland, he did commentary and wrestling as his repertoire would continue to grow, eventually resonating with the angst-ridden youth, like Sebastian Bach of Skid Row, living for the day rather than tomorrow. In WCW, he won the light heavyweight championship before working for the WWF, where he would manage to produce, guys and gals, national TV for them. In ECW, would hear his voice loud and clear. It spoke volumes like a liberated banshee. He innovated and helped revolutionize a culture that was screaming for truth. His promos and in-ring work, was the best, like a Yankee named Babe Ruth. ECW champion, WCW US champion, tag team champion, NWA heavyweight champion, and the hardcore title? How about winning it a record 39 times? He's a true Renaissance man, which I hope was expressed in these very rhymes. So I hope to put a smile on his face as he's entertained us all. Heck, I'll settle for a grin from a man whose class personified, humble, intelligent, and kind. Please welcome the one and only Ray Vin. Welcome to round two, my friend.
How you doing? I didn't catch all that. Could you repeat it?
Yes. No. Yes. No. My friend, you are awesome. I meant that as a compliment when I said you're intellectually intimidating.
Thank you.
Yeah. But I wanted to ask you a quick question before I get into the prize stuff. Music has played a big part in your role creatively in life, whether it's pro wrestling, whether it's other endeavors, whether it's writing. Music does influence you a lot, right?
Yeah, well, it did. Now I don't listen to music that much anymore. Now, believe it or not, I listen to podcasts.
Do you?
Yeah, I don't. I burned out. I guess everybody reaches a certain point in listening to music where they get to a certain age, and you stop listening to the current stuff, and you only listen to the stuff that you grew up on. And I got there right in time for podcasting, and so I listened to podcasts all the time, and yeah, I don't listen to much music anymore, which is ironic because it was such a big part of my
sure.
persona and lifestyle.
But that means sometimes maybe we're evading the inevitable because we don't want to be our parents, but eventually we're going to have to go, our time was better. We romanticize that a bit because we experienced it, and our ego tells us that there's nothing else that can surpass that, right? There's something to that.
Yeah, I would say that I'm glad I grew up in the time I grew up, because the era I grew up in, because the next generation, the world's falling apart. So I don't want to be a part of that. In the next 30 years, it's going to be, who knows what's going to happen.
Sure.
But growing up, with the 70s, as a child in the 70s, I think it was the perfect age, the perfect time of life to grow up in, and to, we're a part of the future, the futuristic today.
Sure.
But we also have ties to the past, but not too far back where we're too old now to enjoy the futuristic aspects of society. And although I'm still waiting for flying cars.
Flying cars, but you know who else was flying? Your opponents in round number one. If this would not have been dubbed the sport of the mind, this is a true story. If DC Glenn, who's also still in this tournament, DC Glenn is still in. He said this to me about a day after he was on with you, and he meant it as a compliment as well. He goes, man, that was a sport. He goes, being on with Raven and Ryan Cabrera as well, but being on with Raven made me think on my feet. He challenged me a lot. He goes, I was sweating like I was like right before entering on stage, being in a concert in front of 50,000 people. He goes, this was a sport. You do challenge people. You provoke a lot of thought. I want that say that publicly here for anybody watching again. And again, you get to the point really, really well. I like how you flesh things out. I like how you're unapologetic about your viewpoints. You give them a lot of well thought, and you're very honest about who you are. And
I do. I just verbalize what comes out is what I'm actually thinking.
Well, you're being very humble.
Pre-thought. There's almost no pre-thought to anything I do.
Nah, you're being very humble, man. You are. And by the way, I have to ask
I'm not. That's the scary thing. Is I'm not.
Not humble. I think you are. Well, in my world, in our interactions, you've always been so classy. 15 grand, 5-day trip to Greece. Those are cool. Those are nice. Which would you prefer? You're going to get them both if you win the whole tournament. Is the Greece thing more appealing? Is the money thing more appealing?
No, I don't want to go to Greece. I'll take the cash.
The cash, 15 grand. There you go.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'll take the cash.
I want to put you backstage momentarily, my friend. Bring Greg Oden. Bring our special judge, and we'll all be here.
I'll allow it.
Thank you so much, guys and gals. The Raven effect in full effect right now. Guys, I'll bring in our third participant, and our judge will be off to the races because, again, for those of you who compliment the fact that, you're enjoying how it feels like 5 minutes, but really we're kind of here for a while doing the introductions, they deserve every word, every letter, every syllable. These guys deserve to hear that because they're giving you words and syllables. Greg Oden is a coach inspiring the youth. He's doing that every day. Christopher Kid Reid is inspiring us through his art, writing, comedy, music. Raven, whether he wants to admit or not, is also inspiring the youth as a person who's behind the scenes in pro wrestling promotions, offering his knowledge to those who will listen to it. And our special judge, guys, he's a scholar. I'm going to say that right now. The smartest human being I know, and I will say that every single time, whether he's on here or not. So, guys, our third participant is about to enter the virtual arena. Our genuine leader, guys and gals, is here. And a genuine leader is not a searcher for consensus, but he's a molder of consensus. We sail within a vast sphere. We drift into uncertainty. We're driven end to end. You see, true competition is not a race against anybody else. I told myself that last year. The real journey is only against yourself and your unrealized potential. You're your own competition. You have no idea what you're capable of until you test your limits. And our third participant is one of the most inspirational human beings on this planet. The obstacles he had, they appeared before him, but he simply became stronger and stronger and stronger. He did that externally and internally.
He's an unbelievable player, incredibly athletic. He was like Superman. Like he just, just a freak of nature. A guy could run all day long, never got tired, and was like the Energizer Bunny.
Brilliant, exciting, and a natural-born leader. And you're so intelligent, you're so wonderful. Multi-talented, a man after God's own heart.
It's all, I'm going to get inside your head and I'm going to make you bend to my will, right? That's what it is. And I believe that. I believe that once we start to create a generation of leaders, then we'll have examples for our young men to follow, and we'll begin to see a change in our culture.
I went with the film Transformers. The reason why I went with this movie is because it's, one, going to show how aliens, even though they're alien robots, and humans can work together to defeat evil. That I wanted to be a better example. So when I try to think about, what did I do or actually critically think about to better myself, it's actually literally critical thinking and going back to college.
Sometimes this artificial world around us makes us feel very glum. I'm guilty of that sometimes. I could be a grumpy guy. But what I like about Greg Oden is whether it's a text, whether it's a phone call, whether it's seeing him here in the green room of this show, that artificial kindness that goes with being a host, I leave that. I put that away. I try to put that away every time, but he makes it easy because he's such a nice guy. His smile could light up a room, guys and gals. It really can. I mean, this guy, it doesn't matter if you're talking about football. You can have fun virtually with him. I remember teaching a class once where I was telling my students a story about LBJ. And I remember my brain going in all these different directions. I couldn't tell these students, they were teenagers, of course, that LBJ was the Mac Daddy of all Mac Daddies because he macked it all to the girls, and that's a different story. But I remember telling them a story about how LBJ had this quote that always resonates with me. If you have people around you that make you better, make sure that you do the same for others that they do for you. That's Greg Oden, guys. That's how much he gives it back. Our third participant was born to parents Zoe and Greg in Buffalo, New York on a Thursday at 4:53 a.m., years before he became the #1 overall pick in the NBA draft. This happened through hard work and discipline as he excelled in his craft, yet made it seem easy like a pickup line delivered by Shaft. Or maybe LBJ. Or Richard Dreyfuss kicking it in a raft. That was a Jaws reference, and when it comes to movies, our luminary can't get enough. He's a true movie buff, but I digress, as there's way more stuff. So let me continue to delve deep about a man that made rival centers lose their sleep. He loved so cool that he would come from kindergarten, guys. He'd brag to his mom, Zoe, about what he learned. When third grade came around, he tossed and turned while his mom woke him up in the middle of the night. As they bid adieu to Buffalo and those amazing early 90s Bills, it was time to move to a land with no frills. That was as synonymous with basketball as Hulk Hogan is to a bandana. I'm talking about Larry Bird Town, Indiana. His mom worked 2 jobs, guys and gals and pals, in Indiana. He got a chance to know a side of his family he didn't know. All the while he would grow, literally, and soon bestow as many gifts to a world that would go, whoa, like a phoenix rising, as all anticipated the day he'd go pro. But there's more, so let me continue to rock this flow and paint a picture of his body of work that rivals that of Picasso. He grew up in a world, guys and gals, again, and struggled, but made his way. He would frequent the Boys and Girls Club every day after school. It was there that he first played. While in the 4th grade, he had more moves than Sub-Zero, a character we all rode with in the arcade. And even though Indiana, guys and gals, took notice, he was on some crusade. Like Jones, he simply slayed on the court while the kids his age were watching cartoons or selling lemonade. At the end of 5th grade, he was 6 feet. 6th grade, he was 6'6". 7th grade, he was 6'7" tall. They said, dude, you should try to dunk the ball. He first dunked in a game, and it was something like that. It just went off in his head. He thought this is fun, like a hangout session with Mark Wahlberg and his buddy Ted. As far as dunking, he said, why not keep on doing this over and over? Something might come out of it, but he had more on the table, like Mom's Thanksgiving spread. He continued to excel at Sarah High Middle School, and he soon became a teen. His face would grace the cover of seemingly every Hoops magazine. He would become anointed as the next great American prospect, a legend before the storm. Yet he remained grounded, humble, and embraced the calm, and always placed emphasis on the norm. The NBA and NCAA proclaimed him a once-in-a-generation player. The fans were like De Niro and Liotta, all giddy, like in Goodfellas before Pesci's character would be made. I think it's time to bring up his many of accolade. He was the Naismith Prep Player of the Year. He was Indiana's Mr. Basketball. He was USA Today Player of the Year. He was Gatorade Player of the Year. He led Lawrence North to a 103-7 record over 4 years and 3 consecutive Class 4A state titles. He was a McDonald's All-American in 2006. He was the NABC Defensive Player of the Year in 2007. At Lawrence North in Indianapolis, he won 3 consecutive championships, and he was a 2-time Parade All-American. In his sole year playing college ball, he led Ohio State to the NCAA Finals, where he notched 25 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 blocks. In his single season at Ohio State, he was a first-team All-American. He's one of only 73 people in the world who knows what it feels like to be the #1 pick in the NBA draft. And he did it all of the above before he even celebrated his 20th birthday. Whether it was Ohio State's coach, Thad Matta, Lawrence North's coach, Jack Kiefer, or Grant Nesbitt, the Lawrence North athletic director, they all said the same thing. His personality, not his play, filled the gym. The media dubbed him the greatest of all time, and they didn't go out on a limb. The man had speed, skill, timing, and muscle. Every expert on the planet, including number 6 himself, compared him to the legendary Bill Russell. As a former history teacher, I must say that he takes the present, guys and gals, as a gift and never dims a day. He values education and earned a 3.9 GPA for his first marking period, and during study periods, he worked in the school's athletic department, filing papers and answering phones. Why am I including this in his intro at the end and expressing loud and clear without so much as a mumble? Because beyond all else, these are shining examples of how kind-hearted he is and truly a man who's humble. He was drafted #1 by the Portland Trail Blazers in 2007, and Rip City was truly in heaven. Regardless of the breaks and aches, this man's championship story is about perseverance, as he never gave up, like a mid-'70s Rocky or an early '80s Howard Stern who became the #1 disc jockey. He had a presence like Ernie Johnson, who grew up in Milwaukee. He now coaches the game, and it isn't about the fame or the acclaim. He remains the same. He reminds us to cheer up when life gets tough and to lift our chin. A loss yesterday might be tomorrow's win, and much to no one's chagrin, this moment is always a good time to begin. Even when all seems lost, like a suplex turned into an Andre the Giant pin. This tournament, the man is here to win, so embrace your grin as I welcome a talented, humble, and kind human being. First name Greg, last name Oden. Welcome to round 2 of the tournament, my friend.
Avi, appreciate you having me, man. This is awesome. Your introductions are great, man. Thank you.
You are awesome, my friend. And again, you give it back to the youth. That's what it's all about. Is it more gratifying to help the youth of today than receiving any personal accolade or accomplishment?
Well, for me it is, because I don't have that many personal accolades. So, being able to help and pass down any knowledge I can to the younger generation to be better than me, that's what I feel special.
You give a lot back, man. You really do. And I got to tell you, man, at the end of the day, again, a New Yorker residing from Buffalo, you came over obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. Maybe not as big as obstacle as, saying out loud that you're a Buffalo Bills fan. That's kind of.
Well, I was born there. Buffalo Bills, Ohio State Buckeyes all day. Come on now.
I do that because we have good rapport, my friend. No, listen, at the end of the day, I love that. What you did for Ohio State, of course, you got the accolades. But what people don't understand is you played injured. You did everything you could to help your team win. But even after that as a Portland Trailblazer, you kept coming back. You kept coming back. Coaching the youth of America, a lot of people with your experience and what happened to you, the breaks of the game, they could have simply said, you know what? This game did me wrong. You said this game did me right. And I'm going to show the kids of tomorrow that they can overcome any obstacle in their way despite the fact that you are in your prime, you are giving it back to people in a selfless way. And I commend you for that, my friend.
Oh, man, I appreciate that. I like to say, if you got your mind, set your mind to something, you can accomplish anything. Any ups and downs that you go through, you think about what's in the present, you make a plan, take that first step, and just keep moving from there. Let a kid know that he can overcome anything but this mustache. So I did it, and I'm going to let them know don't do it ever.
I like the mustache, actually. I dig it, man. I'll tell you what, though, man, what I do like is your heart, and I mean that because it takes 5 seconds for someone to say, I like this guy, I want to get to know this guy. That's something pretty rare, man, so thank you for being you.
Oh, man, I appreciate that. You have a good one.
I'll put you in the back. Before I do, hey, 15 grand, 5-day trip to Greece. You want those both? 15 grand and Greece. They both come in as a package. Do you want them both?
Of course I want them both. I would prefer the 15 grand, but, going overseas and being able to take my wife somewhere would be a good time as well. But if you can accompany the trip with the 15 grand, that's even better.
I love that. Are you intrigued to find out right now who our special judge is, our Hall of Fame judge?
I am, actually.
Okay. I'm going to put you backstage momentarily, my friend. The great Greg Oden, guys and gals, who gives it back every day of his life, as does Christopher Reid. And whether Raven wants to acknowledge it or not, yes, he does. He helps a lot of promotions out there in the back creatively in many ways. And guys and gals and pals, I want to bring in our judge right now. I cannot wait. Our Hall of Fame judge. And by the way, 7 years of friendship with this man. I hope you can concur. He's one of my best friends. I think I'm one of his. The guy has taught me so much, I call him the scholar. Our Hall of Fame judge has a style that's authentic and true, all the while his brain is in its own lane, as it flexes like a man named Lou. He has a fascinating human spirit that epitomizes this lyrical dojo. Don't matter if you're a prince, a pauper, or a mid-40s Disney's hobo. The point is anything but moot. In this positive place called TKN, we support one another and we root. Unlike the government sending us to early graves because they want the loot. Let's emphasize this man's clarity, which is a rarity in a world that accepts insanity and passes it on as sanity. If Pacino instead of a woman were here, he'd go hoo-ah, because this man ain't trying to get internet famous like someone belting out hot hoo-ah. He doesn't need a gimmick, or better yet, a mimic. When it comes to tasks, he's committed to the finish with an energy source that will never diminish. He's in round 2 of this tournament, guys and gals and pals, but now he's in prime time, standing tall like a 1985 Optimus Prime. He's a Renaissance man with some great material, a wizard of creativity. He eats boredom like cereal. I'm talking about soggy, milky skills like Mr. Miyagi. If you're feeling froggy, step up to him, as his knowledge will make you foggy. His way of being, guys and gals, will ease you mentally, gently, sentimentally, instrumentally with entity. His loyalty is his royalty. He don't need a Bentley. He'll educate you a ton. Ego, he has none. His game, guys and gals, and his expertise will leave you in awe, like a kick to the jaw by Chuck Norris. He reminds us that in this game of life, we're all dealing in the same game, just different levels, dealing with the same hell, just like different devils. So if you want to win like him, work hard, because ball games ain't won with the word easy. So welcome a Hall of Fame human being, best friend and big brother, last Name Ray, first name Stevie. Welcome, Stevie, to the celebrity tournament. Judging this night. How are you, my friend?
I am very, very good. I appreciate the intro, brother. I love it. You knew what I was about to do.
I knew that, my friend. I knew that, man. Hey, man, it's always great. Listen, we talk almost every day. We cut it up a lot during the week. 7 years of a strong friendship. I got a question for you. It'll lead to something. I consider you a big brother. I consider you one of my best friends. Would you concur? Do you feel the same way?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you accept the fact, if that's the case, that A, I call you a scholar, and B, that you don't have to be a teacher in order to educate people?
Yes, I agree. You don't have to be a teacher to educate people. But when you get in that position to uplift, educate, edify, I think when you get put in that position, you must do it. That's your calling in some way, shape, or form.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're right about that. And Stevie, we've done a lot here right now with TKN. 1 year in already, a lot of people thought we couldn't get this done. They were preaching. They were telling me behind the scenes, those suits and ties, you know who they are from the studios. They were saying, hey, man, get controversial. I said, no, we're going to have conversation over controversy. And now all of a sudden they want to be my best friends. Now all of a sudden they're saying you can win with a show like this. You can get picked up and greenlit with a show like this. That's positive. That's a sport of the mind. That dubs everything edutainment. We do it the way we do. We stay positive throughout. And at the end of the day, man, we might be able to make a difference, right?
Avi, we proved we could do this. We did it together, brother. You
Yes, sir.
remember?
Yes, sir.
We did it on stage live together.
Yes, we did.
Most people don't know about that.
That's true.
So you already had the template, brother, but you took it to the stratosphere. That I commend you for.
Well, I commend you because picking your brain is fun, and we go everywhere, and we got some smart, intelligent human beings here in Greg Oden, Christopher Reid, Raven. I'm going to bring them up right now on screen. I'm going to bring all three gentlemen up. You know Raven really well. Let me bring up Raven first. Yeah, here we go. Raven and Stevie on screen.
Hey,
there
Stevie,
he is.
how you doing?
What's
What
up,
are you doing,
brother?
man?
Hey, brother, I'm great. Living my best life, man. Living my best life.
Good.
Yeah.
Me
What
too.
about yourself?
Doing well. Doing well.
Good, man. Good.
I love that. I love that. Stevie always speaks highly of Raven and the conversations they had back in the day in the locker room. I want to bring in Mr. Christopher Reid.
Man, listen, big fan. Hold me down. Be fair.
Guys and gals and pals.
Be fair. I'm tough. These dudes are tough, man.
That's a tough
Can I say something? Can I say something, kid?
Yes, sir.
Kid, I've been wanting to say this to you for a long time. I get into these conversations about movies with people for, especially movies that talk about our culture.
Ooh, come on.
This is no lie. This is the truth right now. And I talk about the first house party movie.
Ooh.
The first house party movie, how so many people in our neighborhoods and in our communities, that was a movie similar to when I was a kid, and all your family watched that movie together.
It spoke to you. It spoke to you.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about, bro.
And brother, that's you haven't.
Where you grew up at? Where you from?
Houston, Texas.
H-Town always held me down.
Yes. So I'm just saying that movie is one of the funniest movies in the history of cinema.
Because everything in it you could click with, right?
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, brother.
Stevie, that's so true because growing up, again, I didn't see color because that movie inspired me to want to write some stuff down. It made me want to go out there and just experiment and fail because, hey, I didn't see people right there that were, maybe it's growing up in the melting pot. I didn't see black. I didn't see white. I saw kids having fun and having a great time, and that resonated with me, kids.
Avi, Stevie, Raven, let me tell you one of the things they did. If you remember, and maybe Stevie, you know this, they never said what city
this movie was in, what
Every
town it was
USA,
in.
every
They
town
never did that.
That's right.
So you felt like, man, I vibe with that. I
we all
vibe
live
with that. You know what I mean? I don't even know what these kids do these days. Be honest, right? House party. Every time I hear about a house party, it's about somebody getting shot.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But I just
unfortunately, right?
I just
but back in our days, it
Go
was
ahead.
just like that.
Yeah,
dudes, you know what I mean? Some bullies come to the party. They want to fight. They want right, and everybody lives.
That wasn't the case when I grew up, because when I grew up, it was getting a little bit tougher and rougher. So what did I do to get inspiration? I watched House Party again. I just kept going and watching House Party because I wanted to relive something I never
Yeah,
experienced.
but Avi, you was just talking about it not that long ago. You was talking about how things have changed.
Yes,
They have.
And guess what? We're all older now. You know what I mean? I heard Raven. I respect Raven. I know what he's talking about. He's talking about, these things have changed, and we don't have to. You know what I mean? We have to say, they've changed for the worse.
For the worst. For the worst.
For the worst.
Yeah.
Can I
Back in the days, when there was a beef at a house party, dudes come outside and then they gonna duke it out and then
Look what you did though with that film.
And a lot of times, dudes that I fought with,
Yeah.
I became friends with.
Right.
Enemies become friends. Stevie, I want to bring this up for a second because before you signed in, I want to bring in Greg Oden because Greg could maybe even tell the story again. Greg Oden, man, oh man, many accomplishments, gives it back to the youth. A man who's got such a great heart. The moment he saw Kid, he lit up and said, hey, Kid, you inspired me as well.
Yes. There he is.
I did. How you doing,
There he is.
Greg?
What's up, big
Stevie,
Greg?
Greg, Stevie, yeah.
What's up, big brother?
Sir. Good.
Yeah, but
Mr.
guess what?
Raven,
But guess what? I always wanted to be a basketball player.
Hey, you play with Jordan. You play with Jordan, Kid. You had that little
Oh God,
with
he
Michael. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
killed me.
Absolutely, guys. Hey, listen, I want to get into the first topic right now, but before I do, I just want to ask Stevie, anything you want to maybe address right now as it pertains to Greg Oden, Christopher Kidd, Reid, and Raven? Any questions, any statements?
Well, only thing I got to say is, man, you got three very, very top participants tonight, man, that I'm big fans of. I know Raven, I know Kid from just growing up watching him, and Big Greg, man. Hey, how could we miss him doing what he did, brother? So tonight, I am so intrigued on watching how these three guys get down because it's on like neck bone now.
And hey, Stevie, you got the hard hat you're wearing because you're the one who's got to roll up the sleeves and judge this thing. I'm glad I don't have to. My friend,
I can't wait.
Stevie Ray, guys and gals, he might want to rebut as well. That'll be unprecedented. A judge rebutting. You never know what you might see here on TKN. I'm going to put you backstage and kick off with topic number 1, my friend. Hall of Fame, Stevie Ray, guys and gals. We'll all be on screen here together with the exception of me. I will zip the old lip. I'll introduce topic number 1. Kick it over to Raven first. If anybody wants to rebut Raven, all they have to do is lift the old index finger. Greg and Christopher, you guys remember from round number 1. That's optional if you'd like to. I will set up topic 1 for our audience, and then I will go backstage. At its core, board games are a form of play, and play is fundamental. It's a fundamental human behavior. You can do it even if you don't have money. You can practical reasons for playing board games. If you're broke and you want to have fun, you can play a sport, play a video game. You can ask a burglar that was initially interested in robbing you if they would like to team up with you while searching for your non-existent fortune. Or hey, how about this? You can play a board game. If John Adams, who served on more than one committee, loved board games, how could anyone be wrong? Guys and gals and pals, this scenario right now for Raven, Christopher Kidd Reid, and for Greg Oden is very hypothetical but very fun. So Raven, I'll kick it off to you first. If there were cosmic beings outside of our galaxy landing here on Earth that would spare mankind, if we can defeat them in 3 games that they've challenged us to, what team would you assemble if the games you had to play are Scrabble, Clue, and chess? You've been assigned the position of GM of planet Earth. You've been granted permission to travel in time and assemble your team. These cosmic beings are not familiar with our present-day intellectuals, so you got to go back in time. You have to draft a team of historical figures from the past in order to save our future. If you could save the planet by drafting 3 deceased historical figures, 1 for each game, who would you draft to play chess, Scrabble, and Clue? and why would you draft them? Whenever you're ready to go, the floor is yours, good sir.
I'd like to answer this question by stating that any aliens that want to take over our planet and are using Clue, the game Clue, as a measuring stick, we should probably be able to defeat them militarily. I don't think that I guess I would have the cast of Clue, the movie, be my Clue team, because they would entertain the aliens and hopefully get them to laugh and into submission that way. I'd pick Gary Kasparov for chess, even though he's still alive, but we may have to kill him just so that we could use him because he's the best chess player on the planet. Even the number 2 guy, Magnus Carlsen.
So you're killing him but bringing him back.
Yeah, because you said he had to be dead. So yeah. So I had to kill him to bring him back. Magnus Carlsen, the number 2 best player, said that when he asked if he would be considered the number 1, the best in history, he says no, Kasparov would be far and away because I'd have to start at 10 years old to be on top as long, which is like 20 years that he stayed on top. And then for Scrabble, I'd have to kill this guy too. Nigel, what's his name? Nigel Richards from New Zealand won a record 5 the World Scrabble Championship 5 titles between 2007 and 2019, and he's the most successful player in world champion history for chess. So yeah. So I mean not for chess, for Scrabble. My bad. So yeah, so I would pick those 2 people, Kasparov and Nigel Richards, and then I would pick the Clue. I guess I'd have to kill the cast from Clue too. It's my entertainment team because they're still alive too. But I'll just kill them and then we'll bring them back to life.
They say sometimes it's best to forgive what you can't forget. Are all these dead people going to forgive you when you resurrect them, Raven? That's what
they're trying to save the planet. It's not. I mean, they're not doing it for me. Look,
No, so they're cool with you. Like they understand they're coming back, number 1, and it's really a self-sacrifice.
Yeah, and just think though, the aliens are coming to kill us. Then they'll see that if they kill us, it will bring them that we come back to life, and so it would be a waste of time to come and destroy the planet.
Right. Okay, I got that. And you know what wasn't a waste of time? What wasn't a waste of time? I'm going to kick it over to Greg Oden and then Kid. Guys and gals, it's the same question to guys and gals and pals who are watching this again. Thank you again for watching us. Thanks for the studios out there to support this and want to pick this show up. For those of you last year who said we couldn't make it, here we are. But I want to bring up a question for Raven. You were in Florida years ago. You were brought in to be kind of like a smart-ass heel, and you were paid about $50 a night working a few nights a week. You ended up living in a house with Denny Brown, Luna Vachon, 3 people that you're wondering why are they even in the same house together. Dick Slater might pop in every now and again when you were there back then. You learned a lot of things in Florida, and the reason why I bring this up is because that's when you learned, I guess, that you shouldn't do something just for the sake of doing it. Doing something has to mean something. Making it mean something. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, I just taught that lesson, but it didn't sink in. You should always. It's like if people just do a high spot, which to the non-wrestling fan is, like a spot where somebody jumps up in the air and does a flip, and the other guy, does something else, and a little spot activity, and if you're just doing a high spot for a high spot's sake, it's okay, it's good, but if you can do it to make it a meaning spot, much better.
Absolutely, and you still, from time to time, do kind of impart your wisdom to some of the youth out there in pro wrestling.
I tell them whether they want to listen or not is beyond my understanding.
You give it back, and I think that's pretty cool, actually. Guys, that's Self-Bliss from Raven, and right now we're going to kick it over to Greg Oden. Remember, guys, 2 out of 3 move on to round number 3. This tournament, it's no joke. We have a lot of fun, but 135 Hall of Famers, it's not really, but I am. There's 6 rounds in total, 6 rounds before we crown one winner. Round number 3 is upon us. 2 out of 3 tonight. We'll advance. Rebuttals. Who's going to be the first to rebut? Will we see rebuttals? Greg Oden can go right now. Raven, if he wants to rebut Greg, index finger goes up. I make it official. Kid can do the same. If he chooses to do so, it's only optional. Greg, My friend, same scenario I will bestow upon you. You have to draft a team of historical figures from the past in order to save our future. Whether you kill them or not is up to you, but 3 deceased figures, 1 historical figure for each game, chess, Scrabble, and Clue. It's now all up to you. The floor is yours, my good friend.
Well, I appreciate that. Mr. Raven, I think I read that wrong as well. I didn't know that they had to be dead. I kind of looked at this a little differently. So I'm not going to say I'm going to kill them all, but Avi can decide what he wants to about it. So with chess, I think I would go with Magnus Carlsen. I'm thinking in a young man at 36 years old. I know I look all of 55. I just think a young man, if aliens are coming and they're using the board game of chess, the thinking game, they've already studied us for millions of years before they even decided to come. So getting the youngest chess champion with that young man's brain, it'll just not be something that they could think about through all their studies. So I figured I'd go with Magnus Carlsen. For Scramble, I am going to go with, I don't know if you guys remember the black girl. Her name was Zala Avant-Garde, the girl who plays basketball and juggles. I think she won in 2016 or 2017. I think she's committed to UConn to play basketball as well. But for me, getting a young lady who can play basketball, juggle at the same time, and remember how to spell every word in the freaking world. If we're playing Scramble to save the world, I trust that woman, and also a young black woman. You know, I got me a black mama, so I need one of them to help save the world. I would throw her in there for the clue as well, because the black woman gonna figure something out. But I think for clue, I mean, honestly, Avi said it in his monologue, and I was thinking Sherlock Holmes, but I know they had to be historical figures, but Sherlock Holmes and Veronica Mars are historical figures to me and my 36-year-old, and the Robert Downey Jr. one, too. But honestly, I started looking into some of the greatest detectives, and ironically, and I am trying to be funny, but I'm not. There is a detective. His name is J.J. Arms.
And he has no arms.
He has no arms.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
But he does private detective for $1 million now after becoming one of the best detectives. And I just think a guy, you know, who loses a part of them and then looking to figure out clues without being able to use that sense of touch, has to look into so many other realms of figuring things out. I just think that, you know, he would be good at that. And ironically, his last name is Arms, and he literally doesn't have any arms. So I thought that was the good one to go with. So I apologize, Mr. Arms, but for my own laughter, I needed to, fellas. I'm sorry. It's 2025. We got to laugh about something someday. So.
Yeah, he did it. He was using firecrackers as a kid, and he blew his arms up, apparently. My dad worked with him.
I did not know that, and now that just made me feel a little bit worse. And when we get off here, I will not laugh by myself. But just saying.
No, I'm just saying, like, we have in this so far, guys, you got to love this. I promised you guys this would be action-packed, and it is. We've got limbs. We've got dead bodies everywhere already, and this is only topic number 1. Raven's picking 2 people who died. Greg's ripping limbs off. This is great. This is only topic number 1, and we are going to have fun. Why not? It's 2025. Can we stop taking things so seriously? Guys, this is Raven. This is Greg Oden. This is Christopher Kid Reid. And before I kick it over to Christopher Kid Reid, I want to talk about something that was fun back in the day. College days were fun. They were for me, and I'm sure they were fun for Greg. Guys, before Greg started playing college ball in Ohio State and doing what nobody ever could, he started playing in the 4th grade. You didn't get good until the 7th grade. Your first basket was for the other team. But you know what? Fast forward. When you play college ball, my friend, let's look at this. Mike Conley. He was so unselfish, a 13-year pro in the NBA. Everyone says, of course, guys and gals, when you look at Ohio State, you look at the whole team. He made everybody look good. Then you got Daquan Cook, who at the time was one of the greatest scorers. in the Midwest. You had Ron Lewis. He hit that shot, I think, against Xavier to take you guys to that next round, if I'm not mistaken. He was the star in that team, and then he put it on himself to take a back seat throughout that year. Everyone was able to shine. You had Jamar Butler, who was the workhorse of that team. He was the fight. He was the Oakley. You had that, and then you had the starting point guard, of course, and he had to take a back seat to Mike Conley, but he was the hardest worker and the best defender of all time. You had Harris, who was the McDonald's All-America, and then, of course, Coach Matta. I mean, do you think this team was built for success?
We were built for success. It's just that Billy, that Florida team, Billy Donovan, it just was too good. They were back-to-backs. Honestly, one of the best teams to ever play. One of like 3 or 4 teams to win back-to-back national championships. You know, we were mostly freshmen with a couple of juniors and seniors, but those guys were all juniors and seniors, and they just done it the year before. And we were trying, and as you said, we had one of the greatest point guards, in my opinion, is Mike Conley, who made everybody look good. And let's not forget, Ivan Harris was in the McDonald's All-American game with LeBron James and Carmelo and those guys. So we had a really good squad. It was just we just didn't have enough. We didn't make enough threes at the time.
My favorite McDonald's All-American was the Grimace.
I never thought of it that way. Yeah.
The weird part is I have not heard that joke before. That's actually what's good. I appreciate it.
By the way, is the Grimace out of work? He's not doing much. I don't see Grimace these days. Is he still there? See a McDonald's?
He had a big commercial campaign like 6 months ago. I saw he had a really big Grimace McDonald's campaign.
You know, the whole McDonald's Playland, that was all a complete ripoff of the HR Puffin stuff.
Oh wow, I could see that.
The kids show HR Puffin stuff.
Yeah, HR.
Yeah, they had a lawsuit over it. Yeah, they because to think about it, the Mayor McCheese, the Grimace, the Hamburglar, they were all based on Lidsville, not Lidsville, on HR Puffin stuff characters. Mayor McCheese and HR Puffin stuff look pretty much alike.
Wow, I don't know. I had no clue, but I guess it makes sense. At the end of the day right now, guys and gals and pals, there's probably going to be a lot of different groups suing us for this first topic, but we're having fun, and that's the goal. Edutainment galore. Raven's teaching us and spinning facts. Greg Oden as well. And, of course, Christopher Kidd Reid is next. Guys and gals and pals, I will ask Mr. Reid the same question right about now as it pertains to topic number 1. Drafting a historical team, historical figures from the past. They're dead, but as we've discovered through this topic and dialogue, open dialogue, you can murder them if you want to bring them back. They have to play chess, Scrabble, and Clue in order to save our globe. The floor is yours whenever you're ready to go, good sir.
Okay, so I know. It's chess, Scrabble, Clue.
Yes, sir.
And preferably dead.
Preferably.
Well, when you frame it that way, it's going to be a horrible soundbite where I say yes, preferably dead.
Preferably dead. I know you're going to use it. You're going to use it.
If you just name some dead guys, you'll win by default.
Listen, I got mad dead guys, but you know, Avi does these great intros, so I know he's going to use this here. Preferably dead, so you get that bit. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so guess what? I'm gonna go. This is my guy for chess, because I think chess is like really, really smarty kind of thing. And I'm going way back in the cut. And I was hip to it when I was growing up, but I got re-hip to it recently. And I'm gonna go back to Sir Isaac Newton. Sir Isaac Newton. So he discovered the laws of motion. He discovered the law of gravity. Then they asked him, "Hey, how do the planets how do they go around? And he's like, let me get back to you. Then he discovers calculus and then lets you know that the planets don't revolve in a circle, they revolve in ellipses, because that's just how it is. He figured it out. Okay, wait. Then he discovered the laws of optics, where he said, when you see white light, there's all the colors are within it. That's what he did. And that was when he was 26. So he got to be a good chess player. The chess is like easy money. So that's my chess guy. Do I got to do all the rest of my guys?
If you have them, yeah, that'd be great. If you have them.
Okay, great. All right, so let me do this. This next guy, I made some notes. I hope you don't mind. I went to a really great high school in New York. It was called the Bronx High School of Science. It was one of the top high schools in New York City. And I was really into English literature. And so when I was a senior, the English literature teacher, he would give everybody a book. He was like, this is the book I think you should read. This is the book that I think defines you. This is the book you need to check. And this is a white dude. And he gave me a book. It was called The Confessions of Nat Turner. Nat Turner was a slave that busted up in Virginia in the 1830s, when all kind of unspeakable violence was going on against people of color, black people, slavery, all this, Virginia. He had a 4-day revolution, and he killed a bunch of white people. And because he felt like, yeah, y'all been doing us crazy. 4-day revolution. They caught him. They hung him. But to me, he's good for clue. How could a black man master that? So he's my clue guy. Boom, bap. Now, my Scrabble guy just recently passed away. And he was my favorite president. More than Barack Obama, more than Bill Clinton, Jimmy Carter. And the reason why, Jimmy Carter could do anything. And the reason why I love him, and he would be great at anything, chess, Scrabble, Clue, whatever, because he was love. There's never been a president that had a more substantial or successful, helpful career as a post-president. Jimmy Carter building houses. Jimmy Carter, other countries would call him to say, countries in the Mideast, countries in Africa, they would say, Jimmy Carter, please come here and make sure that our elections are safe and they're legal and they're correct. That's how cool he was. That's how great he was. So without going on too long, you know what I'm saying? I know you guys got something to say, but those are the people that they come quickly to mind. I admire them. I appreciate them, and they inspire me. I'm just a rapper. I'm just an actor. But I take inspiration from great people.
We're not all just something. Because we're not all just something. You're a human being that did something did something about your passion, and right now we could see the compassion because you care about what you're expressing to people.
Yeah,
and I want to ask you.
I hope it made sense a little bit.
Well, it did. That's why I want to follow up with this question. It's for everybody. I want to bring Stevie Ray here because topic 1 is done. I want to bring Stevie on.
I got a rebuttal.
Oh yes, Raven, please.
My only rebuttal is on the Isaac Newton, who's undoubtedly a super genius, like Wile E. Coyote, on the same level. But the thing is chess is. I started playing chess recently. I started trying to take lessons. And like 6 to 8 months ago, I started taking lessons, and it's something that like Avi says, I'm a really smart guy. I'm a member of Mensa. It is. I feel like an idiot playing half the time because there's stuff you don't see. Isaac Newton, no matter how great a genius he was, if he didn't play chess regularly, he wouldn't have been any good at it. You have to learn. Yeah, it's a specific sport, so. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's all.
I hear you.
And Magnus Carlsen said to Kasparov, to Greg Oden, Magnus Carlsen said that Kasparov's the best player he's ever seen, better than him. So I would say that my choice would be the victor of those three. And the cast of Clue were entertaining. And I have the Scrabble champion. So I'm just saying that the 5-time Scrabble champion, I would just say that by default, I would have to win this round, and then I could and then if I win the round,
put Raven backstage in a moment, absolutely. Because hey, if Raven does win this thing and he declares himself the champion, so do all of you and our judge Stevie Ray. Winners have to go to the bathroom. That's just how it's done. Greg, you got a rebuttal, my friend.
I do for both of them. I'm just thinking about everybody's answer, and Reid and Avi did say you're a very smart guy, and I can tell because all your answers was well researched for every aspect of it. So, you can tell in your responses. And Mr. Reid, honestly, you are not just a rapper. You can tell by your responses as well because the amount of education that you were raised with and those answers were very thought out, and you could tell that came from experience. So it's not just a rapper experience. You had people that helped you open up your eyes to different things. So, and then I could tell from my responses, I was thinking more of a young mind game of, us having a little bit more technology, a lot more, education and a lot more years of learning to try to dish back whatever aliens would do for us. So, I'm going to go ahead and take that from Raven and say I won. Go ahead, Stevie. Just give it to
me. I do want to bring this up before we get to Stevie Ray. And guys, right after Stevie votes, I'm going to put everyone backstage for a few minutes. If they, go to the bathroom, of course, we're going to be very humane about this. I just want to bring this up because Raven brought up chess. And in chess, there's a situation in chess that's known wonderfully by the pungent word Zugzwang in German. And that means a player cannot make a move without worsening his or her fate. There's no solution that can eradicate that problem, meaning there's no way for you to win in that situation. The player can keep resisting.
You're saying it's the Kobayashi Maru.
It's a Kobayashi Maru because the player can keep resisting, or they can accept the futility of the situation and just resign. And here's why I want to link that to Jimmy Carter. He could have accepted the futility of his decision and resigned because in 1976, there was no trust in government. Forget about, the two-party system. People didn't trust having a one-party system because 5 presidents could not figure out Vietnam. 5 presidents could not figure out the economy. If the dividing line was November of 63, then what happened in 68 when LBJ said no more, no mas? He was tapping out. He didn't want to run anymore. He got the MO. He got the MO before he actually was inaugurated. Vietnam wasn't even declared an official war because we all found out, of course, through a very good documentary that no one has really seen called The Fog of War by Robert McNamara when he admitted to lying on his deathbed about the scare and also about a war that was supposedly fought on water, the Gulf of Tonkin, which never happened. 63 happens. Kennedy gets killed. Just stay with me for a second. He gets assassinated, right? He was warned by Eisenhower, don't talk about the military-industrial complex, and he did. And he got assassinated. And right after he gets assassinated, LBJ gets sworn in, and you know who his neighbor was, Hoover, so he knew exactly how to butter his bread. He knew exactly to fall in line. He becomes the president, and in 68 realizes that Martin Luther King is getting bugged by Hoover. All of his calls are getting bugged. He got the memo without getting it. He decided not to run. Robert F. Kennedy gets killed and assassinated in 68. MLK gets assassinated in 68. LBJ doesn't want to run. Richard Nixon, obviously domestically speaking, might have done a lot of good, or even foreign policy-wise by brokering deals with China, but then Watergate happens. And he throws everybody under the bus, his entire cabinet. He says, take him. Here's Spiro right there. Is that enough? It's not enough. They wanted his ass. They wanted Nixon's ass. They didn't want his cabinet. They wanted him. And he was breaking down, watching Patton's, George C. Scott Patton. He was watching that movie 5 times a day because he was losing his mind. He was pushing reporters. So he wasn't qualified to lead. And then we had Gerald Ford and that fraudulent Warren Commission that he was a part of.
Pardoned him.
Yeah. Pardoned Nixon.
Pardoned him.
Pardoned Richard Nixon.
Right after the fact.
And you know what, kid? And he lied to us about what happened to Kennedy through that horrible Warren Commission he was a part of. So then 76, a peanut farmer from Georgia, emerges. Jimmy Carter, one of us.
And guess what? This is my point. Not to cut you off. I'm telling you.
No, I like it. I always think, yeah.
I'm just telling you. This was a good man. Sometimes you the right man at the right time. He's from Plains, Georgia.
Plains, Georgia, peanut farmer.
He was from the Navy. He did everything. You know what I mean? Like, and guess what? He was one and done. That's how much.
But he was set up to fail because he wasn't part of the good old boys club. Richard Nixon was anointed by Prescott Bush to be a politician at age 19. So I'm agreeing with you because I'm agreeing. He wasn't part of the club.
And guess what? If you remember at that time, if I'm not correct me if I'm wrong. That's when we had troubles with oil. We couldn't get gas. We couldn't, you know what I mean? So he took the hit for all of that.
For sure. For sure. No, and he was set up to fail because nobody wanted to negotiate with him during the Iran hostage crisis. Nobody wanted to talk to him.
That's because Reagan had already set up a deal.
That's right, but he went under him. He set Jimmy Carter for failure because he was naive, because the man wasn't anointed. The man wasn't part of the good old boy. He wasn't skull and bones. Let's just put it that way. He wasn't skull and bones.
He was from Plains, Georgia. He wasn't part of the you know what I mean? He wasn't big time. Look, Reagan, I live in California. Reagan, big time governor. You know what I mean? Jimmy Carter wasn't that. But my thing with him, why I brought him up, look what he did when he wasn't the president. Look how he cared for people when he wasn't the president.
And he died before the contest, so he meets the deadline.
Man, he's terrible, Raven.
Stevie, I know you have a lot to say about this, my friend.
You know what, though? I did take that in consideration. I'm not going to lie.
But you have to admit this, though. Jimmy Carter did do something unprecedented. Before he was even running, he was telling Nixon, who essentially was telling everybody and their mother, that as long as we bomb that Ho Chi Minh Trail, which was being built by Ho Chi Minh left and right every day, once that trail was being built on foreign soil and being destroyed by us, it was being rebuilt over and over again like nothing, because they were fighting for their national pride. When he was telling them that's not how you win this war. You don't win this war by defeating
the aliens in Clue, Scrabble, and
I was getting to that.
Okay.
No, I wasn't. But what I mean was Jimmy Carter. So here's this. He almost got blacklisted. And you can get blacklisted in politics because you need boosters. Nobody wanted to hear Jimmy Carter offend Richard Nixon by saying his foreign policy plan against Ho Chi Minh was fraudulent and wasn't going to be effective. But he did that before he became president. And then Kidd mentioned all the things he did that were humane after he was president.
And then let me I'll tell you one thing. This is, and you could shark me up after that. No one came closer than Jimmy Carter, to bringing peace in the Middle East.
He did. He brokered the deal.
Nobody came closer. He had Anwar Sadat and Mahakam, what was his name? Mahakam Begum.
Menachem Begin.
Yeah. Shook hands. They all shook hands and talked about, well, we're going to try to do this. No one has come closer to that before or since. You gotta give a man credit for that.
Yeah, but was he good at Scrabble though?
Well, let me ask you this, Stevie Ray. Again, this is something you and I always talk about.
That's true.
We talk about the histrionics of our country, because we're a young country, right, Stevie? Essentially, we're behaving like a rebellious teen because we're only 250 years old next year, so we're kind of rebelling like a teen. Maybe in the 50s, we were kind of that cute little kid. You squeeze his cheek, even if he messes up in Scrabble because he doesn't know how to spell. But right now, we're like a rebellious teen that's angst-ridden. We're looking at our past. We're pissed off at our past. But when you seek knowledge, sometimes that's probably a curse, because when you seek knowledge and gain it, the powers that be, the one percenters, if you want to call them, want to keep us stupid and want to keep us dumb. What are your thoughts about this conversation, Stevie?
And different presidents. So I'm really conflicted right now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because anybody that knows me knows I'm a big historian when it comes to the Vietnam War, because it's near and dear to my heart.
Yes, sir.
But going back to what Raven was trying to allude to, the show, as to what everybody's talking about, let me try to pick up on that. Now, I don't know why nobody brought up Bobby Fischer. He's a great chess player.
Kasparov was better.
Huh?
Kasparov was better.
But that's not that. I know that. Opinionated wise, yeah, he's better. But as far as Americans go, now, are we talking about the liberation of America or the liberation of the whole world?
The world. That's why I went with Kasparov. Otherwise I would have went with Fischer.
But I got you. But the HR puppet stuff, I can relate to that. I can relate to that. This is no lie. I'm gonna show you how powerful those shows were back in those days. One day when my daughter was about 6-7 years old, she came in my room and I had it on the Cartoon Network station, and get what was on? An old rendition of HR Puffin stuff. And my daughter sit there and watch the whole show.
Nice.
That's how powerful cartoons were. And I'm like, you like that? And she's like, yeah, I like that. When is it coming on again? I was like, oh my, wow. She's going to watch it. So when Raven brought that up, because I knew about the McDonald's thing and the HR Puffin stuff, I said that was great. But going back to what everybody alluded to, I still don't think just because somebody is a super intelligent person, they would get any traction in these games if they're not used to playing these games. And that's why I agree with Wavering that. That is something when you're good at something like a skill, like these games, that becomes a skill. And if you don't practice a skill over and over and over and over again, that skill really is not going to just be there just because you're a super intelligent guy. But I do agree with Kid also when he was talking about not Jimmy, but Nat Turner and that rebellion and things like that, and some of the other people that he talked about. Those things are near and dear to me also, being African American. But at the end of the day, and Greg, I know you're very close and to your mother, and by you making it women have to be involved in this, brother. I really can really empathize with that, because I feel the same way. But at the end of the day, man, I'm going to have to go with Raven.
Okay, appreciate that.
As far as this round goes, and that's not because we are foes in the ring. That's not because of that. Go ahead.
Can I rebuttal his answer?
Yes. Yes.
Tell him to rebuttal to my name.
Yes, absolutely.
I said Greg, didn't I?
No, you ended up saying Raven last, so I'm gonna make sure you go back and rebuttal. And
he's saying you should have voted. He was saying that you meant to say Greg Oden once, Stevie.
Oh, I did. I didn't.
Guys, again, you guys are going to be voting. Stevie's voting once, but we got a plethora.
It's just my opinion. I'm not part of the audience. I'm just the judge.
Yeah. And hey, listen, I love that you guys are taking this conversation elsewhere. I'm going to put you backstage in a minute, bathroom break, no problem. But I just want to bring up this. I'm glad Kid brought up the Turner Rebellion. I really am. It was so sad to know that the Virginia militia issued an order that was prohibiting the killing of those who were enslaved after the fact. They did that after the fact, after they butchered them and murdered them. And
And Avi, this trust me, when I was coming up with this,
yeah,
I thought about it. I was like, is this do I really need? Is this something I really need to talk about? Is this something that people are gonna fucking vibe with? But I'm telling you, I had a history with it. You know what I mean? Like I told you, my teacher. I don't know. I'm trying to remember. I'm 60 years old. I don't even remember who I was at 17. But this teacher gave me this book and said, "Yeah, man, you need to read this because this is the vibe that you're on." And it stayed with me till then. And then, then you learn about it after the fact, whatever, like that. And like I said, I was like, do I need to bring that up here? Is this the kind of vibe or like that? But guess what? That's what's great about your show.
Oh, thank you.
We can discuss things and we can disagree. We can disagree about it or have different opinions about it. But I'm telling you, none of y'all thought that we would be talking about Nat Turner today.
Oh, I did.
And we are. You did not.
I actually saw it on Raven's Scrabble board. So
yes. I had Nat Turner for 7-11.
And guess what? As a person, as an older person, these are the discussions that I want to have.
Thank you.
Teach me something, show me something, and then we can talk about it, right?
Well, look, I couldn't teach anymore. I couldn't teach U.S. history because my assistant principal didn't want me talking about the Buffalo Soldiers or Diane Nash, the freedom rider who's still with us right now. God bless her, who's still here with us. She didn't want us to talk about the real history. She wanted us to talk about things that were surface level, and that's what's scaring me right now. It's scaring me.
Avi, can I ask Raven something?
Yes, absolutely.
The great negotiator, Raven. Okay? This is what, you came up with the term that we're going to bring people back from the dead. Is that what you said?
Yeah. No, I said we're going to have to kill them first because the question was, I misread it. It said we had to use dead people. And and so I said, well, we'll have to kill them then so we can bring them back from the dead.
But if you kill someone, aren't you committing murder? So how would you be able to negotiate them dealing with the aliens and you just kill someone?
I'm not doing the negotiating. The alien, they're playing the games against them.
He's the GM.
I'm the GM.
Yeah, but he literally killed somebody.
Look,
for the betterment of the world.
For a little while.
From his opinion.
For a little while.
I have a problem.
Remember that comedy in the 80s? Almost Dead. Princess Bride. Remember? You were almost dead. Almost dead.
Here's the thing is,
I just thought about that after I had given you my praises.
Well, maybe I'm a serial killer. Maybe that's really just a plot for me.
I want to bring this up too, and I can put you guys backstage again. A bathroom break, no problem. I bring this up. I brought up a lot of the stuff that Greg did in school, and of course Raven behind the scenes, and in his wrestling career when he was younger. A lot of the pearls there. Christopher, you weren't really into science. You were much more into the Canterbury Tales, Shakespearean sonnets, all the great poets. But at age 14, you start rapping and rhyming. And you just started hearing the music that were taking the streets by storm. You loved it, and you thought it was a really great way to communicate, which I concur. Is that kind of how it began?
Absolutely. I don't know. Like, I was a freshman. I'm going to the Bronx High School of Science, which is like one of the great high schools in New York.
Sure.
And but at that time, as a freshman, I was introduced to hip hop music, to rap music, and it was, it's been a love affair. I love it to this day, even though, you know what I mean? We our history, Kid and Play, this and that, house party, da 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 da.
Yeah.
But I'm still so into hip hop. Like I watched the videos from the young groups to this day. It just resonated with me because, I wasn't a singer, but because of hip hop made you say, hey, even though you're not a singer, you can still participate.
That's right.
And that's what we did. And that's what I did. I remember the first rhyme I ever wrote.
Oh, wow.
Want to hear it?
Yes.
Here you go. I was on the train coming home from school when I seen this freak. Freak was like a girl, but when I seen this freak that made me drool. See, this freak had on a low-cut dress that made me see the parts that was the best. So I got off my seat and sat down next to her. Told this fine young freak she was a fine young girl, and she rewarded me with an invitation to her house. And with an exclamation, I told her I'd be glad to come. But one thing first, I gotta call my moms and tell her that I'll be home real late. Tell her not to worry and not to wait. So rock, y'all. I was 14.
Oh, man. You were 14 when you wrote that? That's crazy.
You gotta call your moms.
That's amazing. Oh, you know what? That's fantastic. And by the way,
I call my moms.
But that's the thing, man. You were talking about something that meant to you. It was something that spoke to you back then. You were living it, experiencing it in real time. You know what I did? I used to call 7-7 film when I was 16 because I dated 3 girls at a time, and I didn't want my dad, who just passed away recently. I love him, but my dad was a strict guy. I come from a military family, and he didn't want me kind of hanging and banging out there with the gals. So what I did is I would call 7-7 film at 12 midnight, and I knew that like call waiting wouldn't interrupt or wake anybody up. Call waiting. Of course, if I hung up the phone and didn't call 7-7 film, the ringer would be on because I wasn't smart enough to figure out I could silence the ringer back then. So I just decided to call 7-7 film at midnight, answer the call waiting at 1 a.m. And when I would answer, it'd be like, Denise, where are you at? I'm downstairs. I'd hang up. He wouldn't be the wiser. I told him this on his deathbed. I told him my dad this on his death. And literally he looked at me and he said, 1, I knew. And B, you made me proud. He looked at me and said, you made me proud, man. I just didn't tell your mom.
I like that he said 1 and B.
What? Oh, I said 1 and B, yes.
Yeah, I like one. He said 1 and B.
Yeah, well, Charles Barkley does that. He says first of all, and then secondly, I don't know. He does. He says first of all a few times. By the way, guys.
But how about this? Not to cut you off, but to talk about what you just said.
Yeah.
So you were there when your father passed away.
I was.
Okay, I was too.
That's something that's going to live with us forever. That's something that's going to live with us forever. Absolutely.
Let me tell you something.
You know what he told me, kid? He said to me, I've never seen your show. Stevie knows the story because I don't have internet. My dad doesn't want internet, doesn't want to be bothered. I still talk about him in the present sense still, but he didn't have internet before. He never wanted internet before, but he told me in the hospital bed, he said to me, if you do the show tonight, if you go to Jersey, because we've never missed a show, 230 consecutive episodes, he said, if you do the show tonight, I'm going to watch it. It was the show David Justice was on. And
my man.
He died the next day. And my mom said he watched it for the first time and said, that's my son. And that means something, you know, that means something.
Let me tell you something. You never want to lose, your father. My father died before COVID. And I was glad. I was glad that he did, because I could be with him the whole way. And when he was fading, he couldn't even talk. All he would do was go like this. Just kept pointing up. So that's a special moment.
Thank you, man.
You had that?
Thank you for seeing that. Thank you for seeing that. I appreciate that. No, thank you for acknowledging that.
Yo, this show is crazy. This show takes you crazy places.
I appreciate that. Hey, we even brought up 7-7 film for the youngsters. They probably don't know about that. Guys, I want to give you a chance.
We brought up HR puppet stuff.
HR puppet stuff.
Yeah, you did that too.
Yeah, and Raven taught us about that. I didn't know that whole McDonald's playset thing. Please go backstage, guys. Take a bathroom break. Topic number 2. We'll get out of here right after topic number 2 pretty quickly. I'm going to put you all backstage. Please take 5. You guys deserve it. Thank you so much again. Raven, Christopher Reid, Greg Oden, Stevie.
Yeah, good one tonight, man. Very good one.
Yeah.
That Raven, I haven't heard that that side of his humor in a long time.
Are you still thinking about HR Puffin stuff right now?
Huh?
Are you still thinking about HR Puffin stuff? A little
No,
bit.
because I was an HR Puffin stuff guy, and he brought that up. And like I said, when we're talking about things from the past as opposed to things from, today and stuff like that, that everything today the way I see things, it's like McDonald's, fast food. Whereas everything years ago, it had what people call in the pest control business, a residual. And what does a residual does? It leaves a long-lasting effect.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas today is here today, gone tomorrow. And that is why I brought up the first house party movie. Even though they did 3 house party movies, you only can remember the first one.
And you remembered the authenticity of it.
Yes. Because the guys that produced the first one told a story about what teenagers go through in African-American communities. The other 2 movies, I don't think was written or directed or anything by the guys that did the first movie, because they brought in all kind of different, it was more about college. The second movie, more about the college experience. And everybody doesn't go to college, if you see what I'm saying. Only a certain percentage of people go to college. So everybody couldn't relate to that movie, if you see what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because everybody don't attend college. Now, if you attended college, you kind of related to that. But
you're giving me an experience. What I love that you said here, because I don't want to forget the African-American experience.
Right.
I could tell you right now that the white kids who watched that film were grateful for it. The ones I grew up with in the melting pot of New York, because it resonated with them. And if they were clueless, watching House Party brought them together.
Which one you talking about?
The first one, the original. Instead of dividing them, there were no preconceived notions that kept the white kid away from the African-American kid where I grew up. But in America, in Americana, a film like that, I've heard people who grew up in Boise, Idaho, who watched the film.
Well,
you know what? We needed a movie like that to remind us that whatever we've seen, because think about this. This is during the Reagan era. During the Reagan era,
because you had already been massaged through the 70s with the African-American experience through sitcoms and things of that nature.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Then you got enlightened a little more on the more of the affluent side with the Cosby Show. Remember the Cosby Show?
Yes.
And then A Different World. So it was easy from that genre. So when the House Party movie came out, the other part of America was already massaged for it. But now you're getting it from more of the community side.
Sure.
Because at the end of the day, it's no different from some of the 80s movies about high school kids that were talking about white kids.
Sure.
It's really no different. It's just culturally different. But white teenagers and black teenagers go through the same thing in teen years. They just took it and made it funny.
It makes sense when you break it down that way through the generations. Greg, your thoughts?
Let's say I'm trying to sell this. You see what I'm saying? And get money behind it. I have to know what I'm talking about. You just can't.
It can't be isolated towards one demographic in order for it to sell. Exactly. Greg, your thoughts?
Well, I was just gonna say, I agree with everything you said. I never thought about it that way, but for my age, I connected more with House Party 3 in that realm that you were just talking about, House Party 1, because I grew up with immature. I'm a little younger than them. The comedians that's still around these days, the Michael Collier, the what's it called, Smokey, Chris Tucker, all those guys in it. That's kind of my future to present, well, my past to present right now. The one that I would say, I love House Party 1. Don't get me wrong. I can quote his freestyle, the rap battles, dang near the whole entire movie. But I would say one of the funniest movies to me and my friends, and that brought that experience to me, was Class Act. And it was the exact same thing about the high school experience, the bullies, dealing with an ex-girlfriend, just dealing with everything, and then like dealing with a very diverse school. That was kind of my experience growing up. So I didn't get a chance to say that, but Class Act is one of my favorite movies. And my guy from Martin, may he rest in peace. They made that classic.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, because Kid has graduated to his college years now. And that was more about your beginning in your college years, whereas the first house party, we're all in high school. We don't even know where we're going after this.
Class Act, they were in high school.
Huh?
Class Act, they were in high school.
How old were you when you made
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about house parties too. You're right. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. When they exchanged identities. Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah.
How old were you when you made that? How old were you? Like, you were playing high school, but how old were you?
Okay. All right. So when we were doing the original house party, we were playing like we were in high school, and I was 24 and Play was 26. But we just look young.
You look young.
Yeah, just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I will say this. Just talking about, just how we we are to this day. Shout out to Play. That's my man Ski. Greg was talking about, when we battled on the mic and all this and that, right? I wrote the whole thing. I wrote his and mine because I knew what the goal was. The director, Reggie Hudlin, said, look, this is the goal. The goal is you're competing. He gotta bust your ass early, and then you kill him at the end. So if you go back and watch that battle, man, he's killing me. He killing me until the end. And then I bust his motherfucking head.
You sure Reginald and Ronald Hutland didn't get that finish from Raven? It sounds like a match Raven put together. He lets you get him at the end, and he busts your ass at the end.
Oh, it's a setup. So, but guess what? Plays my man, and he was in on the plot. He's like, I know I'm gonna get busted.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get busted at the end.
Well, yeah,
but because that was good for the show, Raven, right? It was,
right, but it also your characters work so perfectly because you're like the good angel and he's like the bad angel.
Yeah,
dichotomy. Yeah, you're right.
Triumph over evil. Even though he wasn't the evil, he wasn't the bad guy. You had the villains, but he was in the context of your little group.
Right. No question. And just to speak to the movie Class Act. Class Act was so appropriate to the way that Play and I grew up. I was the nerd. He was the hard rock. I didn't know anything about the streets. He taught me. He didn't know anything about cracking a book. I taught him. That's how we became a great tandem, a great duo, because we helped each other where we were weak.
Sure. You complemented each other so well.
So if you talk, and people talk about the movie Class Act, and I will say this about the movie Class Act.
Yes.
Everybody loves House Party 1, 2, and 3. Class Act as a movie has aged very well.
It has.
It's not like it didn't make more money initially than any of the house parties, but people talk about it these days more than a lot of our other movies. And I think, I don't know, maybe one of the reasons was because it was actually the closest movie that portrayed what our lives really were. Like, I was a nerd.
He was a rock. It's the Prince and the Pauper.
But Valentina just said in the chat, it's going to be 35 years of anniversary of house party and all that. But I
Did it
did.
come
I
out
wanted to
89?
throw out.
Did it come out 89? I think it was already
90.
surpassed in 35 years.
90.
89. I thought it was 89.
Actually came
I thought
out.
it was
We
89.
shot it in 89. It came out in 1990.
Got it. Okay.
So we got one more year.
I'm a house party guy.
Yes, sir.
But
I'm a house
I
party
did want
guy.
to say about Class Act though. The
Okay.
funny part is he was the first person that made being a kicker look cool. And think about how Wildcard Weekend just went. There was so many kickers that won games and was the cool. It was the man in Bay City. And the first one I ever saw was Kid over there wringing his head. I had to. Mr. Reid, I'm such a fan, just so you know.
Oh, brother.
Take your roses, man. You deserve it, kid. You deserve it. Take your roses. Take your roses, man.
Class Act was the one movie. I seen all the house parties, but Class Act, I seen it sparingly. I never seen it from beginning to end. It was always like in the middle when I came to the house or something. So I'm gonna have to watch it all the way through.
No, it's. I will say this, Stevie. It's worth your time.
Okay.
And it's a very old story. That's
I know
old.
I know. I know that.
It's two people being very opposite.
Oh yeah.
That found out how much they had in common and how much they could help one another.
Exactly.
And the thing was, that's exactly the story of Kid and Play.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Like how it really came up. You know what I mean? Like that's and then when we first saw that script, we were looking at each other. He's like, "Yo,
yeah, they talking about us.
It's so
talking about us.
It's so accurate, right? It's
Right.
so.
Are you sure that came from Hollywood?
It was easy. It was easy to play.
Are you sure that came from Hollywood?
Yeah, it was, but
Wow.
they didn't know it. But it was
Right.
easy for us to play because we had already played that. We had already, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like I said, it's a movie that has aged well.
It has. It has.
And we're fortunate about that. You know what? Big shout out to my man Play. He recently had a surgery.
Yes.
That's very important.
Yes.
And he's been on the show before, Avi, right?
He's in the tournament. He's got round 2 coming up.
He's in the tournament, and he'll be back. He's gonna bounce back.
Yep.
But look, I'm very confident as a person.
Yes.
But there's something about us together that people really gravitate toward.
For sure.
And then we've done things. I've done things on my own. Player's done things on his own. But there's nothing like it when people see us together. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate that from people that appreciate that.
I want you to always feel free to speak your heart, my friend, and your mind. You guys are educating everybody.
You got me all emotional today. This is crazy, man.
You guys are awesome.
I'm not gonna apologize for bringing it up, but this is the first time we've encountered each other face to face. And that movie, like I told you earlier, the first house party movie, not the second two, but the first one, resonated with my community, as you well know.
Yep.
Like
That's
no
beautiful.
Other movie before that time, 1990 and back. There were a lot of
sneaking around, trying to have a party.
No, just the brilliance of the writing. You got to realize I'm a few years older than you. So I grew up in the black exploitation time. You see what I'm saying? And when you started to see the black exploitation movie start to end, and those actors that came out of that era, and you started to see them in the more regular movies, and you go, wow, this dude a hell of an actor, or this actress is a hell of a, because in those days you saw them as what Hollywood made them look like. You see what
Well,
I'm
we
saying?
saw them as teens, and I told you this, and you know the story. Growing up in Queens, I was one of only 2 white kids, except I didn't know it, in Jamaica High School. And the reason why is because I was treated like a person. It didn't matter. And I think the people outside of maybe the melting pots of the bigger inner cities in the U.S. saw that movie and said, you know what? Once again, as Stevie brought up, this is a different side. These are teens. These are kids. That's all they saw. They didn't see black and white. They saw kids in their age group. That's all that mattered. Guys, all that matters now is, I'm sorry, Stevie, go ahead.
Let me make a point, what I was getting to. That movie, Avi, going back to what I was just saying to Kid, and Kid understands this, there was no real profanity. There was no real sexuality. They didn't need those kind of things to make a movie super entertaining and super funny.
Refreshing, Greg?
Tisha Campbell. I was a young man at that age, sir, when I first saw House Party. So I'm telling you that right now. It was
Yes, please. I'm going to edit myself out now and say I concur with Greg. I concur with Greg. I'm going to edit myself out for saying that.
Well, let me
Greg,
tell you.
come on, man. Come on, brother.
What?
I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing that was done by design, and I think really helped. You're talking about the original House Party.
Yeah.
You never knew what city we were in.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
We never said we were in LA. We never said we were in New York. We never said that. Never stated that.
For sure.
But everything kids go through.
It felt like your neighborhood.
That's right.
Exactly.
Where you was at.
That's what I'm talking about.
Like your neighborhood?
Yes.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Could have been your neighborhood.
You remember the scene
that was
where Rob
design, and that's Reggie Hudlin, and that's what he wrote, and that's what rocks to this day. Like, you don't know where that's at.
And guys, here's what we do know. Where are we at right now is topic number 2. That's where we're at now. We're about to delve into it, our final one. But I do want to say this for about 60 seconds. Don't be sorry, because you guys are fountains of information. Thank you. I want to play this 60-second video for those that we've lost that have been a part of this journey. And then topic number 2 is going to be discussed thoroughly by Christopher Kidd Reid, Raven, and Greg Oden, with Stevie Ray as the Hall of Fame judge. Extra size more first name Tom. How are you, my friend? I could turn the volume lower if you'd like next time. If you'd like me to do that, Tom. I could do that.
Great.
Something else. I don't know what I can do now.
Oh, please.
It's terrific, man.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. And
this thing is going to be, a lot of fun for people. I don't think people like this on the air. I don't think really. No, there isn't. I just think it's going to be I'm very interested in how people respond to it. Because I know it's going to be interesting as people tune in and stay tuned in, and I really hope they do. And I'm all yours, bro. Let's
appreciate it, Tom. Rest in peace, brother.
I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye.
Good man, very good man. Did you feel as if transitioning to the stage,
It's my mentor,
and performing live theater was a natural fit for you?
Yes, I did. I always felt very comfortable on stage, more so on stage than I did in film or television.
Thank you for being you, my friend. I appreciate you and respect you wholeheartedly.
And that goes double for me to you, Avi.
Amen. Appreciate everyone that we saw on screen for who they were as people, and they lent us some of their genius, so we honor them. And guys, we honor all of you right now because our final topic is upon us. It's our second and final topic. I will kick it off first to Mr. Greg Oden. Greg, what question can't you seem to find the answer to, but wouldn't have it any other way? Whenever you'd like to go, the floor is yours, good sir.
What would you have any other way? My question would be, what's life's meaning? And honestly, I came down to that ending that once you answer that question, what else is there left to live for? So that is inherently a question that you don't want the answer to. But also adding that one part of it wouldn't do without, I guess. How to find happiness is another one, because can't nobody answer that question for you but you. And, you know, no matter what, all 4 or 5 of us right here on this podcast right now, the circumstance of me being where I'm at, the circumstance of Mr. Reid being where he's at, Mr. Raven's history, every little circumstance is going to affect that question and what makes me happy. And none of them know any of that. Even if my wife, who's around me most days, you know, she thinks differently than me. So what is going to make her happy is not necessarily going to make me happy, just being different people. So I look at that one as the one that I would, you know, that's the question I wouldn't ask, because that's something I think I need to figure out for myself. While Mr. Ray having in the background that what's life's meaning, because once you answer that one, what else is there to look for?
Wow.
That one, and that one actually, it really came easy because I've thought about that a lot. Both those questions in life, you know, when I retired from the game of basketball, basketball was my whole entire life, literally since I was a 4th grade kid.
Sure.
And when basketball was taken away, I had to figure out what I wanted to do next. I literally had to ask myself, like, what do I like? Like, what does Greg Oden, minus alcohol, basketball, fame, who is that person? What excites him to move on, you know? And then while I was, you know, going through my rough times and drinking a lot, smoking a lot, it was like, why am I here? You know, everybody kind of has that question kind of creep up in their mind. You know, I guess if the answer to those questions for me can help Mr. Ray, mine was to be to help out as many people to be better than me when it's all said and done, to be happy. I told myself this in the 5th grade. If I had me a house, a white picket fence, a couple of bedrooms, a wife, some kids, and $1 million in the bank, I would be good for life. And as we all know, living where we all live, I don't know what $1 million is, but $1 million to me is $630,000 after taxes. So
you know
we
what?
look at that differently.
I'll tell you this: if this is worth something to you, over this last year or so, again, getting to know you and getting to know what matters to you, and you being able to express it the way that you do, I think that this next chapter in your life is going to be just as legendary, if not more, than that first chapter of your life, my friend. I really feel that way. So thank you. Thank you.
I appreciate that. And honestly, I do want to get out, say this before my battery goes down.
Yeah.
Mr. Raven, I didn't get a chance to give you your flowers, but I grew up watching wrestling. I was a big fan when Oden told me I was going to be all to you.
He was excited. Yeah.
And I want to say it was Friday or Saturday or Thursday. It was the WWE thing on Netflix. And I sat down with my 8-year-old daughter to watch the 2 girls heavyweight championship. And like, she's telling me about it. I'm like, girl, how many Royal Rumbles I've been to in my life? Go somewhere. Like, but that was a good moment for me. So I'm just honored to be here.
Thank you.
With you, and I just wanted to give you guys that. And Ivy and Mr. Reid, I'm sorry for you guys' losses.
Thank you.
Honestly, prayers for you guys. Blessings moving forward. The one thing I'm learning now is try to be in the present and to listen. So that's why I haven't said much or tried to rebuttal without being a joke. But, you know, I'm just honored to be here with you guys and thankful to be able to speak and hear you guys' perspectives on things. And I'm sorry that I'm only 36 years old and don't know all of my president's history, but that's because of what they taught us in school, Mr. Hamdi, because they didn't want to tell us the real.
You are right about that. Hey, Greg, in case you get cut off, my friend, did you have a nice time?
I had a great time. Y'all really don't understand what this conversation was. And to be able to talk about class act and not mention my guy, Rita, when you going to play with my phone? And then my guy from Martin talking about, you want to know what I think, and always smacking over in the back of the head. Me and my friend to this day will call each other and laugh for 30 minutes about those two parts. So
Well, Greg,
for me to talk about that, that's awesome.
Before I kick it over to Raven, I'll say this. How apropos for a class act like yourself to give it up to a film like such as Class Act. So thank you, Greg Oden, for being who you are. Mr. Raven, I will ask you the same question, my friend, and then kick it over to Christopher Kid Reid. One sentence question. What question can't you seem to find the answer to and wouldn't have it any other way? Whenever you're ready to go, the floor is yours.
I'm ready. I have to give a backstory first. My dad wasn't a very loving father. Couldn't say I love you. He was really funny, but it was all insult humors like Don Rickles, who became my favorite comedian. But all his material was directed at me, so it gave me a sense of a lack of self-worth. Because even though I knew he loved me and he didn't mean it, your brain's not wired that way when you're a little kid. So even though you know it on the surface, you don't know it deep down. And so I never knew. So he never told me he loved me until I wrote him a letter when I was like 27, and he wrote back and said he loved me, but he still couldn't say it. But even more, but I know he did. But I don't know, and I'm glad. I think I'm glad I know I don't know the answer is, did he like me? Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think he did, but I don't know, and I'd like to not know, because if I did know and it was not the outcome I wanted, that would be devastating. So, yeah, to answer a question I always wanted to know. I know it's a little heavy, but the other one was so lighthearted that I went with and it was the first thing that popped in my head anyway. So that's that.
Yeah, that's hard.
No, that's not that. That's deep, man. Thanks for sharing that, because that's personal. That's personal. And I appreciate you doing that, man. Right now, by the way, I'll kick it over to Kid. Just, you brought that up, so in real time, I'm kind of thinking. I don't take notes. I'm evaluating my relationship with my dad now that he's gone, more so than when he was alive. And just hearing you talk about what you just did, that hit a nerve. And I'm kind of trying to process what that means to me right now. But don't ever apologize for being you and showing that side of yourself, man. Because
I would never apologize for that.
Well,
yeah. I didn't say I'm sorry.
Yeah, you probably didn't notice it, but that's fine. I mean, you know what I mean?
didn't notice. Yeah, I would never apologize for that. I like myself. So that's all that matters. You know what I mean?
I like you too, man. And I don't want to sound like Stuart Smalley from SNL, but I like you too, man. I really do. You're awesome. Greg?
Yes, and this is not a rebuttal. This is actually just a genuine question, because you just said that I do like myself. So if that question was to come up and that answer would no, if you like yourself, does it really matter?
No, it doesn't. That's another reason. That's a good point, but that's another reason why it doesn't matter. Because, I didn't like myself for a long time, but I do now. I like the person I am. So, but it is what it is.
These father-son relationships, they're complicated.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I went through it, but my question would be.
Yes, sir. I'm just going to set up for our audience, guys. We already know the question. This is for Mr. Kid Reid. Christopher Kid Reid is going to give us now. Close this whole thing out. Christopher, what question can't you seem to find the answer to and wouldn't have it any other way? I'm sorry for interrupting you, my friend. The floor is yours.
What happens next? When we're gone? What happens next? I don't know. I'd like to know, but I don't. I hear stories. People say it's going to be this, it's going to be that, but I don't know. What happens next? If one of y'all got the answer, let me know, because I'd like to know.
I'd like to just say that similar question, and I always find it's just too big a question to answer, but they say the universe is finite, like there's an end to it. So if there's an end to it, then what's on the other side? Same kind of question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, same kind of question. It's so unknowable. You know, you can, you know, we could be totally
come back as a crab. You know, they
you come back at all.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Do I come back as something else?
You come back as you don't get to. Here's the thing: is what if heaven isn't really heaven? What if heaven, where we think we're going to go to our reward, is really hell? Let's say this is the best part, and we're going to some shit land after this.
This is heaven. Isn't this heaven?
I don't know.
It's not going to get any better than this.
No, I don't know. But
Greg?
Well, I'm gonna go into one of the kids' former acting mates in Martin's and Bad Boys 4. Now you're gonna come back as the insole of my shoe, and I ain't gonna wash my feet ever.
Oh gosh, guys, I want to play right now a tribute video for all three of you. Some different music for each of you guys. This is a highlight reel to end this segment. First, Mr. Greg Oden, who's got 4% battery, and Raven. It's about a 60-second video for each of you guys. First, guys and gals and pals who are watching as well. This, my friends, is Greg Oden.
Hey.
Vince
He got a bunch of pictures of me looking
Hey,
good.
listen, if I learned something,
will
is that you never know what tomorrow brings. Hey, we like it, but hey, you never know what tomorrow brings. Guys, the great Greg Oden, what he does off the court, way more legendary than what he did on the court. This, guys and gals and pals, is Raven. Did you have a nice time tonight?
Absolutely. I had a great time. I had a great time.
Greg, big fan, brother.
Happy
Big
New
fan.
Year's, guys. I'm a fan of all you guys. This is such an honor, Ozzy. Thank you again.
Thank you, my friend. I'll keep you posted.
Thank you. Hey, Greg, I just want to tell you real quick. I lived in Portland for 2 years.
What? Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I was downtown in 2 hours here.
I'll get your number from Avi, and I'll give you a call if you want. We can talk
Please
about
do.
it. Yeah,
yes, sir. I love Portland. I was just out there for the day after Christmas, so I went out there for 4 days. So it was awesome.
Yeah,
Greg,
I love Portland.
Greg, is that where you're from?
No, I wrestled in Portland wrestling there.
Oh, no, not you, Ray. Was that where Greg from?
I was drafted to the Trailblazers.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's right.
So I lived out there for 6-7 years, had a place out there, and my best friend ended up staying out there. It's a beautiful city if you can get over the depression rain.
Yeah. I'd love to talk to you about it.
Yes, sir.
I'll definitely send you
do
his
that.
contact information. Absolutely.
Please.
You got it.
Sir.
Thank you, Greg.
All right, fellas. You have a good one.
You
Take
too.
care, man.
Hey, Raven, I have to tell you this before you go. Stevie's always like spoken super well of you and talks about the conversations you used to guys have back in the locker room, and he did. He always flattering. Always flattering.
I never called him Raven though. I always called him Scott Levy.
Yeah, and I forgot your last name.
And he always called me Lash Huffman.
Lash Huffman. That's right, Huffman. I remembered Lash. I couldn't remember Huffman.
Raven, can I tell you this about Stevie? He put together a show in Vegas that I was a part of. That was the greatest variety show I've ever seen in my entire life, and he put it together in 2 days. 2 days.
Stevie's a smart man.
Yeah.
He may look dumb, but he's smart.
One of the smartest people I know, man. No, for real. And God, thanks again, man. At one point I was trying to segue. I was trying to get the topic too. I'm like, Stevie, you saw it.
I saw you.
You did a good job, bro.
Yeah, Avi, you did a great job, Avi.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you, bro.
When conversations gets deep, and these are conversations like you don't have every day with people, they're engaging to you, brother. You don't want them to stop.
No, that's true.
But that's why, kid, I'm the biggest Kid and Play fan. I loved House Party movies. Didn't listen to your records.
You never said
I loved House Party, and I watched it again recently, like 6 months ago. And the dance scene holds up like it's so electrifying. It is amazing. I really I love that.
The girls, well, I don't know about the guys, but I agree with him on the girls.
Thank you so much, brother. You know what I'm saying? You come from a very physical occupation, so I appreciate you. You appreciating that, and guess what? Trust me, I go back and watch those things, and I don't even know what I was doing.
Dan, when you do the part where you guys kick your feet together,
oh my God,
we still do. Me and my buddies still do that.
Well, that's a celebration dance. That means you accomplished something together, right? And then you want to celebrate it together. So we
just think of it as Kid and Play's happy dance. You know what I mean?
Good. Thank you.
I want to play this for Kid as well, guys. And I guess I'll cue this up since we're pre-recording. Guys and gals and pals who are watching, Mr. Stevie Ray's with us, Christopher Kid Reid. Christopher, my friend, a video I put together for you as well to honor you.
Right?
Hey, brother. Hey, man.
Guess what?
Oh, go ahead.
I'll be so cold. He have you looking back at your whole life.
Yeah. I've seen so many people come on this show, and you know what they ask him? Where did you get that?
You forgot what you did.
Yeah.
Well, you shouldn't. We didn't forget what you did, man. And you know what? You impacted a lot of people.
Way.
My friend, did you have a nice time today?
Man, let me tell you something. Every time that we've interacted, Avi,
yeah,
it's been a positive experience. And guess what? A lot of times you don't know what's going on in people's lives at that particular time. But I'll tell you this, from my perspective, you always right on time. Like this today was right on time. It's what I needed. To be around people that I respect, that are intelligent, that are sharing intelligent ideas, and you running the show, you right on time, boy. And this shit is tight, my nigga. I'm telling you.
I didn't think it.
Yeah. Go ahead, boss.
By the mere fact that most of the conversation on this show tonight, even though Avi had the great topics, which he always does, he's a very deep thinker.
Yeah.
Greg Oden, Raven and I, we used to work together.
Yeah.
And we respect each other immensely. But the conversation of these whole last 2 hours have been about what? The things that you did in this business, which means we have the utmost respect and gratitude for what you brought to our lives. And by the mere fact that I'm sitting here talking to you right now and conversing with you, brother, you might have seen us throwing people over the top rope, but we've
both ways, brother. It goes both ways.
I know that, but I'm just letting you know, deep appreciation when you leave a piece of yourself for everybody to look at, admire, and respect.
Yeah.
That's doing something, brother.
I gave it up. I cried today.
You know what I'm just saying, brother. To this day, like I say, I mean even talking about the music. The music was one thing.
I'm cool with that.
But why making me? I'm sitting here about to laugh all night. I've been about to laugh because I started thinking about those scenes, and the scenes like.
I did them.
When Robin Harris say, "Have you seen my boy?" And the kid goes, "No, who's?"
Let me tell you something. I got set it up again, Avi. I got Robin Harris stories. I got Robin Harris stories like a motherfucker, dude.
Man, I can't wait, my friend. I want to get you on besides for the tournament stuff and just have fun, man.
Like you wouldn't believe, and you
the subtle jokes. The subtle jokes when the guy goes, "Hey, where you going?" "I'm going to mind my damn business."
Mind my damn business. Wait, hold up.
That's not even a big joke, but it's so funny, the whole scene, because coming from where we come from, that's everyday life.
Exactly what he's saying. And then the motherfucker, wait, remember he said something to the cops, and the cops said, they said something at the same time. He said, "Well, you motherfuckers in stereo."
Hey, Christopher, thank you, man. Brother. Thank you for being you, man. Really, I mean that.
No, man, this has been a pleasure.
You don't know how much you remind me of people I grew up with, man. So, thank you.
It's official. It's the first episode of 2026, but I am calling it right now. Top 10 episodes of the entire year. Of the entire year of 2026, and it's only the first weekend. Definitely top 10, if not top 1. It's going to take a miracle to knock this episode. It's our
Hey,
275th
guys,
one.
I want to come in here for a minute. Hold on a second. I just want to say something real quick. Camera time right now belongs to Giselle and Joe, but I want everyone in the comment section voting because as tough as this is, they're waiting for your votes. They're waiting for your votes. When I get off screen, Giselle can attest to what she sees behind. They're waiting for your votes. Christopher Kid Reid is waiting for your vote. Greg Oden is waiting for your vote.
Mm-hmm.
And Raven's waiting for your vote. We are excited right now about what we just watched. Nobody wanted this conversation to end. No one. And Joe and Giselle will break that down, but you guys can break it down. We need you to vote for topic 1 and topic 2. Only 2 will move on. This is the final lap of round number 3. And if you need a reminder of that, we'll show you in the outro, guys and gals and pals. Who's left?
Ooh.
Not too many left in this second round. But who will make it to round 3 tonight? Will it be Greg Oden, Raven, or Kid? Any combination, any of those 2 will move on because of your votes, Giselle's and Joe's. Even Howard's going to vote in the comment section. Topics 1 and 2. Guys, as soon as your vote comes on screen, we will prioritize it. Joe will stop because Joe's going to actually, even if he's speaking, he will still be able to see your comment. And he will stop himself and read your vote. And same with Giselle.
Whoa.
They're going to stop what they're doing and read your vote because we need to find out who moved on. All of you, if you're participating in this, this is free preview. We don't ask you for a dime, but right now it's time to vote. Leave your votes in the comment section. And thank you for those amazing comments in this comment section. You guys are a community like no other, brother. So guys, Joe and Giselle will kick it off.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Avi. And I'm very happy to be sharing this 275th episode here with you, Joe. We are live. We are thriving. It is the first TKN Saturday Night broadcast of 2026, and we have our first vote in from Bethany here. Topic 1, vote goes to Kid. Topic 2, Greg. Thank you, Bethany. Thank you for voting and kicking that off because they want this. Mikey NYC 1022, Raven, is that topic 1, topic 2, or both? Let us know. Mr. Albeezy, thank you for joining us. This is your first time here. Welcome to TKN Saturday Nights. Welcome to the new network. Kid for round 1, Raven for round 2. Appreciate your votes. Joe, why don't you take this one?
I will. My vote is Kid, hands down. Raw and real. Yes, thank you very much. And that is from Richard. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Yes. And knowledgeable. Thank you so much for putting that. And Gus Galaxy, round 1, Kid. Round 2, Raven. Thank you so much. Chad Dixon, I vote for Raven in topic 1 and Christopher in topic 2. Thank you. Joe, I appreciate you. Giselle, thank you. Thank
hello,
you.
Allison. Hello, Richard. We are so excited to have all of you in the comments. Jade is out there as a first-time viewer. Judd is out there as a first-time viewer.
Yes.
And welcome to Eagle John's been here. Spanish Fly, Angel Miguel Torres. Angel is here. Topic 2 is Greg for me. Thank you. Let us know about topic 1. And Alexander, I know, Alex. I know. It's already voting time. I feel the same way. I could be here for another 2 hours listening to them. But thank you for getting your votes in there for us. We appreciate that. Whew. Joe.
Yes, and Eric, he votes for Christopher Reid in topic number 1 and Greg Oden in topic number 2. Yes, and topic 1 is Raven. I thank you so much for that. Thank you, Judd. And vote Kid in topic 1 and topic 2 is also Kid. Thank you, Richard.
Yeah. And Sal, Sebastian here in the tournament of judges. If you're not watching on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, you need to be doing that as well live. But Sal here, round 1 Kid. He went deep and ran with the topic. Round 2 Raven. His comments about his father really resonated with me. Hashtag, does he like me?
Yes.
Respect to Mr. Oden regardless. Sal, thank you so much for giving us your reasons as well. They're well thought out. They're in depth. We appreciate that. Put your reasons in too if you want. Joe, take it away.
Yes, and Rev, thank you very much. I got to give topic 1 and 2 Christopher Reid. Thank you so much, Rev. Roll Knife says topic 1 goes to Kid. I think going last gave him an edge on presenting his answer. Topic 2, I'm going with Raven, who just floored me with his answer. Raven had me laughing the whole match. Me too. And Christopher Farnan, thank you. Wow, where to even begin? My head is so filled with all the conversations of these 3 amazing men. For round 1, my vote, Christopher Reid. For round 2, my vote goes to Raven.
Yes.
Thank you.
Woo! Raven for round 2 from Mikey NYC. Thank you. What about round 1? Let us know about topic number 1 there, please, and thank you.
Please. Martha Brizzatano. Okay, just to be clear, Kid for number 1 and number 2. Thank you. Thank you very much, Martha Brizzatano, and thank you for your voting. Appreciate you so much, and thank you for that.
We do. We appreciate all of you watching, commenting, voting. As Avi said, they want this. They are calling him. They are texting him. I think he spoke to Kid 3 times yesterday. 3 times. 3 times. That is how badly they want this. Raven for 1.
There we go.
Allison in the house. I vote for Kid for topic 1 and Raven for topic 2. Allison has been with us for a long time. We love your comments, Allison. We appreciate you and everything you do and your enthusiasm. Love you being here every week. You're awesome. Everyone's awesome. I'm telling you, there could not have been a better match to kick off 2026 and everything that TKN is going to do in 2026 than this match.
Yes, an immensely terrific job tonight. Amazing responses, in-depth, emotional expressions, many heavy-hearted. Yes. And you know what? We love you, what you do too, Allison. Thank you. And here we go. Kid topic 1, Greg topic 2 from Lester Cook. Thank you, Lester Cook. Appreciate your comments and thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, Lester's been with us for a long time too. He loves this, but they all want it.
Yes.
Seriously, Kid's been on the phone with Avi 3 times in the same day. Raven's texting and calling. Greg Oden wants this so badly. And it's not just these 3 because their match aired tonight. It is all of them. They want to be on every week. They love that it's a competition, but they would also be here every single Saturday if they could.
Yes.
When we say they want this, they want this. And Joe, what is the prize at the end? The end of the entire tournament. What's the prize currently?
$15,000 and a trip to Greece for 2 5 nights, first class, all paid. This is TKN's celebrity tournament.
Now they want that, and some want the trip, some want the money, some want both. But Joe, do you know what they want more than the prize?
Is it the pride?
Oh, it is most definitely the pride, Joe. They want the pride of standing atop of this field of 158 Hall of Famers from the world of sports, music, and pro wrestling, along with Olympians and Oscar, Emmy, Grammy, Tony, Golden Globe, Drama Desk, AMA, and WGA award winners and nominees. They are all here.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. We always say it's about the engine that makes this thing go, right?
We do.
Okay. Sometimes it's better to not solve mysteries, but guys and gals and pals, one mystery that I would like to see become history is this. Who are you, Matt Catter?
Who?
Now, hold on. Matt Catter seems to know a lot about me. He seems to know a lot about New York with a W. He seems to know a lot about all of us. I don't know who you are, but I want to solve the mystery. Maybe Angel, maybe Bethany, maybe Chad, maybe Jade can find out who Matt Catter really is. We don't know. We love Matt Catter. We like his comment. Yeah. They're witty. They're smart. They're intelligent. He's a smart guy. But who is Matt Catter? That's the mystery we can solve. Guys, even if you've already voted, keep commenting because guess what? You will get a first peek, a sneak peek into next Saturday night's show, January the 10th, 2026. But remember, before the outro video plays, we got to find out who comes out of this one. I mean, I spoke to all 3 gentlemen. They are nervous, but they're excited, and they're all confident. but they're also very nervous. 2 out of 3 of them especially. We're going to find out who moves on. So this is big because remember, moving on to round number 3, round 3 starts in a very short period of time, which means before they know it, if they move on to round 3, they might draw the first match in round 3. So there's a lot at stake over here, and round 3 is going to be absolutely brutal.
Oh my goodness.
If you draw a triple threat, which means, again, if you are part of a 3-person panel participating that evening, only 1 out of those 3 will move on. If you're a part of a 4-person panel, only 1 out of 4 will move on.
Oof.
Again, this is a place where strangers leave us friends. There are a lot of tiers. This isn't scripted. The topics, I will always challenge myself. Almost 1,000 topics in total, by the way, between all shows we've had since we started. But I will always challenge myself to give these men and women the best that they deserve and maybe the best they didn't see coming, because they could bring the best out of themselves. It requires effort and trust, and gosh knows they have the brain power. Gosh knows they have the heart. They need the belief in us. Why? Because we celebrate their accolades without ever allowing them to be human. So in this place, under this umbrella, they're not only allowed to be human, we remind them that they are. Please vote. And with a heavy heart, we're going to bid adieu to one of them. Greg Oden, Christopher Kid Reid, or Raven. Who's Mad Catter? Guys, take it away.
Who is Mad Catter?
Who and how have they gotten here?
But he's got 1 for Raven and 1 for Kid? Mad Catter. I need you to elaborate a little bit on that, please.
It means 1 apiece. He's voting once for Kid and once for...
But which topic for which person? Which person for
How
which?
how does it resonate with them? And does that by chance give any indication to where in the state of New York they are? If the largest amount of celebrities on Earth to debate.
Absolutely. We are definitely the largest online celebrity network on the planet. Now, if that's not enough reason to save us from an alien invasion, I don't know what it is. Joe.
Lay off it, Avi. Make sure I don't come for you. Avi, that's a call out. That's a call out, Avi. You're getting called out on live here, officially.
Sal, you're wrong about that. I have no idea who he is. This isn't story. I have no idea who
real.
Mad
This
Catter
is genuinely real. We haven't for years. Correct me if I'm wrong. Years.
We do want to know. Before we know, we've got to vote for one Howard Collado.
El Diablo. What a show. Kid for topic 1. He went completely left field with his answer. And Raven for topic number 2. Did he like me? The pain in that statement alone. Yeah. If we bring that up, but it shook him. It shook him to the core.
Joe, I've seen a lot of votes coming in, and stay tuned because we have a ton still to come. We've got the outro.
All right, we need a drum roll. We need a drum roll. So I'm going to bring the musician over here to give me a drum roll. Guys and gals, just give me a drum roll. I don't want to hear anything out of your mouth, Howard. Give me a drum roll. Guys and gals and pals, we're going to find out now who won. And immediately cut to the outro. That's it. And I'll tell you why, because I don't know if I could stomach being here after seeing one of them getting eliminated. I want to bring in Kelly White. I want to bring in Phil because we're about to go to our outro. I'm sure even non-verbally they're curious to see who moves on here. I'm assuming, right? Let's bring in Justin is here and Kelly J. White, of course. Justin, very briefly. We know that part of the doubleheader next Saturday night will feature you versus Miranda. Justin,
right.
As we chronicled on the Black Box recently. We do know that if you do lose your next match during the return of the post show next Saturday night, January the 10th, right immediately following our regular programming, you will be gone from the tournament and from TKN. Really quick thoughts. Go ahead.
It's not going to happen. I got this in the bag, baby. Can you dig it?
It seems like you're a bit overconfident there, Justin.
Gotta have confidence, otherwise why bother?
Look, I'm not going to ask Kelly for his opinion now. We're about to cut to outro, but Kelly, you're a math guy. Numbers don't seem to add up quite well for Justin. It seems like he's crawled into a hole he may not be able to get out of. That's how I feel about the situation.
Wasn't his hole. He jumped into it, so that's on him.
I'm climbing out.
A lot of people don't want Justin here.
Justin, get out of here, he says.
All right, guys, let's keep him in here right now. Guys, we need a drum roll right now. The suspense. Drum roll. Moving on to round number 3 of the TKN Celebrity Tournament. Our number 1 top vote getter. This has never happened before. Ever. I need the drum. I don't hear the drum. Keep rolling, man. This is Saturday night. Earn your keep. Guys and gals and pals. Our top voter getter tonight right now, please. As you can see, everyone on screen is moving closer to their camera because they're all in suspense as they await who moves on to round number 3. It could be an opponent of Kelly's. It could be an opponent of Giselle's. They're in round number 3. Who is moving on to round number 3 as the drum keeps rolling, guys and gals and pals? For the first time ever in TKN history, you're going to have to find out next Saturday night, January the 10th. You're going to find out. That's how close this thing was. I've never done this. Never done it before. Next Saturday night, the anticipation's going to be high. And I'll tell you this much. If you call it accurately, I might have a prize for you. Next Saturday, January the 10th. At some point during the broadcast, we're going to find out who moved on. Never happened before. Ever. The suspense will be high. I can't tell you right now, guys and gals, because I haven't figured out the math. That's how crazy the numbers were. I haven't figured it out. Allison, I've never done this. Bethany, when have I ever done this before? When? Matt Catter, how could it be fraud if I haven't announced the winner, you dummy? Guys and gals and pals, we're going to find out who moved on to round number 3. Gus loves the cliffhanger. So do I, actually. We're going to find out who moved on. Quick thoughts from our panel about the suspense. I promise you, whether it's a workshop or they're not going to know. They're not going to know till next Saturday. Quick thoughts from our panel. Then we go to a very condensed outro. Go ahead, panel. Take it away.
I'm shocked. We've never had this before.
This is your moment, guys.
And this is I can't fathom this. Avi, I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. I've been taking notes. I've been working on this in the back and commenting, and I don't get how we can do this. Take it away, Giselle.
I'm definitely right there with you, Joe. I want to know, and they want to know. They want to know so badly. They have to wait a whole another week now to find out. We have to wait a whole another week now to find out if we're this excited, if have this much anticipation for it. What do you think they're feeling?
I want everyone right now. This is your moment. We're live here Saturday night with our suits and ties watching. We got Joe, Giselle, Howard, Justin, Kelly White. You guys better take your moment because you deserve it. I want the world to know exactly what you think very quickly. Kelly, 30 seconds, pros and cons. We got to wait till Saturday night. I think, by the way, guys and gals and pals, you're missing something. That means Greg Oden, Kid, and Raven are all still in this tournament for another week. That's the pro. They're all still in this for another week. But you're going to have to wait until yours truly gets all of these numbers together and starts accumulating vote after vote after vote that trickle down the pike with all our new viewers coming in like Jade over here. Thank you so much for that. Kelly, go ahead.
Okay. So, I did see, I didn't see a lot of votes. I wasn't committing them to memory. It surprises me, because you got a calculator up here. So, I don't know whether I want to call a shenanigan. But yeah, dude, I'm going to be I'm going to be waking up at 2 a.m. going, who actually won? And these guys are going to be like gold. These guys are going to be like an investment.
Yes.
We're drawing interest on them.
And Kelly, let me tell you this. I want to kind of just add a bit more because Kelly's right. We're going to give you a flyer all week. Who won? A who won flyer. We've never done that before. And we are going to showcase this flyer starting tomorrow. It's even going to beat out our artwork that gets dropped on Tuesday. Who won? Who won this thing? But guys, you're going to win no matter what, because not only will you find out the victor next Saturday night at some point during our broadcast, you already won because D&D, guys and gals, will be debuting here on TKN officially. Guys and Gals and Pals, a special broadcast starring Mr. Kelly White. And, of course, our talk shows will be coming up very soon as well because round number 2 is nearing its final lap. Justin may not be here with its own talk show. Justin may not be here, period. It may look like this. It may look like this pretty soon right there. There you go. You never know.
Come on,
But,
now.
guys,
Yo.
please make sure you stay tuned to our posts all week on Facebook. Appreciate the viewership, 1253 watching live. We appreciate you guys and gals and pals. So, for Joe Ricitano, for Giselle, for Justin, for Kelly J. White, Howard Collado, please tell me, what time is it?
It is outro time!
Obsession's gonna be talent every time. You got all the talent in the world, but are you obsessed? Is it all you ever think about?
Like your legacy to be? What do you want to be remembered for? And you look back and hopefully I inspired a lot of kids from the time that from my 34 years in gymnastics.
At Nationals, I had a good meet. This meet I had a good meet. I just missed one event. And I feel healthy and short 2/10 on vault.
Bro, you have no idea. I go out, I think this year alone, I'm going to go out 40, 45 weekends. And believe me, it's not about the money with me right now. It's so cool.
And so as time goes on, I started powerlifting. Now I'm 6'5", 320, and I'm bench pressing.
Because what you don't know really can't do anything to you. What we do is we make a story around the unknown and we put value to it that actually may not even exist because it is unknown.
Living the life that I choose to live, which is a mindful life. You have to be very conscious and aware. You can't just put it on cruise control. You have to be conscious every moment. But when I live that way, and it's my choice and it's my joy,
I don't think there's any better piece than Stevie Wonder's I Wish in regards to him being able to excellently to describe. There was a very special time that was in my life, late 60s, all of the 70s, and all of the 80s.
I mean, I got kicked out of 5 high schools, so the whole thought of me returning or being a part of anything to deal with higher education wasn't even in nowhere on the list or in my mind because, to a degree, I guess I thought I blew it.
Instead of those coaches stepping up and filling that void of the lack of a father, when I needed a kick in the butt, they were the guys who stepped up and did that. When I needed an arm around my shoulder and say, hey, a Dutch rub, it's going to be okay, they were the guys that did that. Coach Casebeer, Coach McAvoy, Coach Winter.
Coaching at Oregon State University as the assistant wrestling coach, going to the local JKD gyms and jiu-jitsu gyms, trying to find partners. Me and Dan Henderson and Matt Lindland all started around the same time.
Countdown.
I can remember being in the 6th grade, and I was the target because I was a good athlete. I was fast, quick. So when they played dodgeball in the gym, I was the guy that was always the target.
Somehow, kids thought that's a sign of weakness. The guy comes all dressed up and he's not dirty. And that was a sign of weakness. So I get shoved and pushed around until I just say, okay, I can do this game.
Praying is the first thing I do in the day. I ask for wisdom, I ask for guidance, I ask for patience, and I ask for understanding.
That my brother was not only Clark Kent, but he was Superman. But I felt like he was the chosen one, and I had to prove to everybody that I was somebody too.
And I hope you can prove you can beat me if I draw you, Marco, or myself.
Inspired.
When I was young, my family would make wine, especially they would talk about different characters, like, for example, the different mafia situation, especially Lucy Glassi, because I remember when the movie came out in 1972, a bunch of my friends were getting together.
And as a kid, I would say close to birth, I lost like 75% of my hearing. I was extremely introverted. I had a hard time communicating.
But you see, they really weren't in the background. Their brand was in the background. Their publicity was in the background.
He's just enriched my life tremendously. I'd go anywhere in the world and do anything for him. I think he'd do the same for me.
You'll look at a situation, I was told, Governor, you'll look at a situation and you'll see that situation from a perspective nobody else generally does.
Well, I found it laughable on ESPN when they chastised him, and then the very next story was RG3 and the Washington What's, and none of them even batted an eye over it.
Let's go, guys. Final lap. Final lap of round 2. Final lap. Final lap. Who will it be? A lot coming up this week, guys. We got coming up. How about tournament of the judges, guys and gals and pals? We've reached the halfway point of this tournament on Wednesday. Exclusive to the Black Box. And we got all 4 gentlemen this Wednesday. That's right. Bastion, 7 wins away. Rob, 5 wins away. Julio, 8 wins away. David, 9 wins away. Who will make it to this exclusive deal? We'll find out on Wednesday. That isn't enough. Batten down the hatches. That's right, batten down the hatches. Because we have match number 7 in our post show with this guy. I'm sorry. Excuse me. And then, what do we have coming up next Saturday night? The return of Mr. Jacques Rougeau. The legendary Jacques Rougeau will be back. That's right, guys. The return of the Celebrity Team Challenge on a Saturday night, one night only. Jacques will be representing me and Howard Pilato. He'll be up against Film and TV Great. There he goes. From London to you, guys and gals. Mr. Jeremy London. Things just got a lot hotter over here. Already got intense with 2 of our most intense participants. Representing Team Jeremy is Jeremy London along with Team. Jeremy will be there next Saturday. And last, but certainly not least, one is great, twice is nice, but how about thrice, guys and gals and pals? How about thrice? We've been waiting for this matchup. Jacques Rougeau, Jeremy London, and Stevie Ray. The same match? Are you kidding me? While the TKN Celebrity Tournament, the big one, returns on January 17th, next Saturday, January 10th, for one night only, is the return of the Team Challenge, featuring 3 third-rounders. Freshly minted third-rounder Stevie Ray, Jeremy London, and Jacques Rougeau go mano a mano. The winner receives triple amount of points for their team. How about this slugfest? As I go backstage, the final shots you'll see will be of our amazing TKN hosts who bring it every day. Who got the talent, they got the drive, they got the versatility. They even have the hairstyle. From Avi Klein, for Stevie Ray Raven and Greg Oden, I bid you all a good night. Whenever there's darkness in your life, we will make sure to give you our bright.